Hello. I just want to say a quick hello. I'm not sure if people can hear me, but if so, I want to wave. I'm waving. You can't see, but I just wanted to say hello. Welcome, Vega. Welcome, Jam. I don't know if the shared chat for the stream together is currently working because every time I attempt to join the stream together, something happens and I disconnect. So I'm sorry if there isn't a shared chat. I think it would be very neat if it worked, but I don't know if it has properly. So, but I want to say hello to everyone, and I hope that your weekend has been treating you well. I currently am thinking about Skirk a lot, and I really, really want to talk about her, but I don't know if, like, because today we'll be focusing on a Luna 4 Archon quest, not necessarily the, like, certain other information, but yeah, so I'm a bit all over the place. But again, I hope everything is well on everyone's end. I do hope that everyone's seated and will have a comfy time talking about lore and discussing the Archon quest primarily. I do not believe we will go over the certain world quests, only because unfortunately I do not believe some of us are caught up with everything. So we don't necessarily want to spoil. There may be some hints or pieces of information you may be a bit familiar with, but it's not necessarily something that we could go too deep on. But we will be covering the Archon quest as thoroughly as we can and cover multiple topics within it. So if there are questions you guys have for us, if there are interesting observations you've had, theories you have, definitely let us know because we want to talk about it too. And it's been a while since we were able to have just a little discussion. We really want to have more, but scheduling. So, but yes, lore talks do tend to be all over the place. So yeah. Will Lantern Rite also be discussed? I believe so. I I want to say I believe so, but I could be completely wrong because I feel like Lantern Rite is something like the lore there ties to Nodcride, so but we may not get into the weeds of it. We will see though. I've completed Lantern Rite in fullness as well as Leah, but I cannot speak for Owlet, so I'm not sure. I also think it's a bit of a like I feel like it's like the issue, I say issue, but when it comes to lore keeper discussions, the talk sometimes like we want to make sure everyone is caught up but no one gets spoiled, but then no one's left behind or feels left out. So I want to make sure that we have a basis. And I also do, before I get too carried away, I do want to apologize for, we'll always be fashionably late, but we'll probably go for a few hours. It should be, it should be good. And I truly hope that those who do stop in or check on the VOD and fully. And again, we do want to have more discussions in the future, but it's a scheduling issue all the time. And we're busy people, so but we want to try and do more discussion.
Because, like, she took the place of the Frost Moon, right? even though she's the Welkin Moon. And the Fae are made from fallen, spun frost moonlight. So, like, what does that mean? Are they like siblings? Are they like cousins? Are they like. What does that mean? And also, like, we're talking about Fae from Hyperborea. Flynn says he's 600 to 700 years old. Do I believe him? I don't know yet. That sounds like a Gallagher I'm 13 answer. But, like, God knows. Where?
I also,
Oh.
I just wanted to say hello. I didn't want discussing Baylor, so just wanted to say hi. But continue. Sorry.
No, 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 no. I'm waiting on you guys. Hi, Kiryu.
Greeting. I'm not sure if.
Will. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
I'm starting to share chat now, by the way.
I'm so sorry. Okay, there we go. I was so confused. Thank you. Oh my god, that
No,
makes
I
perfect
didn't.
sense in retrospect.
Yeah, I didn't.
That
I
it
should have
wouldn't
told
be
you.
shared yet.
Yeah, because you know, if we're greeting our chats like individually, I figured we could keep it separate until we gathered. My bad. My bad. I
In
should have said
retrospect,
something.
it makes perfect sense. Okay, how do I get you guys visible here? Oh, wait, what? Why does it? Oh, why does it suddenly not work? Oh my gosh. Oh, I had your PNGs jumping around earlier, and it was working perfectly fine. But now that the stream is on, they are not working. What the heck do I do about that?
I have a theory for how a Lantern Fae would have a kid, by the way.
Hey yo, with me?
I personally, I'm a firm believer that beings in Tavat can. And everything
We'll find
ties,
a way.
Everything ties back to humanity in one way.
Well, okay. So I actually. We're getting into the weeds already. I actually have a comment about that because my view of like supernatural and like elemental beings, like if they were to reproduce, I feel like it would more be like splitting their essence than like human style reproduction, if that makes sense.
Oh yes, well I agree. Like I don't think in necessarily have to be birthed in traditional way that like humans, but I like to use the term spawn or fragment.
I mean, there's like tons of examples in the game of beings that are not traditionally like that, and like their whole concept of their story is their humanity regardless of the fact that they're not human. So like it's like a big theme of the game.
Yeah.
But,
No, I totally agree. But at the same time, I think sometimes when people think about, okay, this is actually a really nuanced discussion to start out with. I have some strong opinions on it. But
it's
like,
not
I
just
think
about
that...
how Flynn's reproduces. I see.
No, it's not. Okay, like
It's deeper than that, I swear.
There's a lot of like human rules that get applied to non-humans, and it's like, yes, they are human, but it's more like the spirit of humanity that they share. I think they're still like they have their own like rules and ways of, you know, their own world building around them. And sometimes I think something I've seen in like opinions or perspectives people hold about like non-humans in Tevat is that they apply like a very human perspective to them, if that makes sense. Yeah.
Sometimes it's hard to kind of separate your own I guess bias in that way from those things.
Yeah, and your own experiences. I mean, it's totally normal. Actually, Albedo's story quest talks about this a little bit. It's interesting. Anyway, hello everyone. I'm sorry for the topic.
The interesting initial discussion. It's working. Oh no. Sorry, I'm already booming.
Do we want to start with introductions?
Yes, we can start with introduction.
Kiryu, you want to go first? No. I'll go
Oh no.
first. I'll go first today. Because apparently I'm being loud and obnoxious today. I'm sorry, chat.
What?
I am,
Never. Who said that to you?
I did to myself. I am
I'm
Leah.
gonna beat you up for insulting yourself.
I am Leah. I am a lore streamer for Genshin Star Rail. And I love Kiria Chudomirovich Flins right now. And in the Fae, so I could talk endlessly about the Fae. And I'm also a musician. You might have heard my lyrics writing in Star Rails 3.7. I did the lyrics for Ripples of Past Reverie, sung by Cassie Away from Millie, so yeah. And some other
That's a
things.
celebrity.
No.
A real celebrity.
No.
Remember us when you're even more famous.
Listen, we're always gonna have our Lord Keepers discussions. I will never let you guys go, like, ever.
Unless you forget about us.
No!
You'll find other people to discuss lore with, like the writers of the game, once you start writing for them.
Hello? Okay, no, let's go on to someone else's introduction, please. Okay, let's go.
Okay, I guess I can go next. Hello everyone, I am Owlet. I am also just a Genshin streamer. I don't actually stream Star Rail despite occasionally playing it and being behind by probably about a year's worth of content, but we don't talk about that. I also occasionally will do like world quests on my stream and do some shoddy voice acting for the ones that aren't voiced. So if you guys are interested in not reading and having it read for you, I'm your man. Sometimes. When my throat does not pain me, I guess. But yeah, that's me.
Hello, everyone. I go by Kiryu, and I am a primarily Genshin, but Hoyoverse lore creator. I most recently released a video about a Luna 4 lore recap with theories because we had quite a bit to talk about, so that was really fun. I enjoy making lore content and talking with people, friends, acquaintances, whomever, about Genshin lore, and I aim on creating more videos. So yeah, stay tuned for that, and I'm really happy to be talking to my friends about Genshin. It's been a while.
Yay!
It has been a while. We haven't had a lore talk in ages.
I
I
know!
feel like, yeah.
Having one, like, actually.
Imagine having a life. Ugh.
It it's so difficult wanting to make lore videos and lore content when you have a full-time job.
Mhm.
It's just, it eats away at your soul, but I want to do it as best I can. And yeah, I'm looking forward to talking about the Archon quest, but I suppose the real question is, where do we begin and where will it branch off quickly?
Yeah. We've got a lot to yap about, I guess. It's not just Luna 4. It's some of the ones before that as well, right?
Yeah, I mean, we can definitely talk about, like,
Which will
the
likely
older
come up.
content if we want.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's gonna be a
'cause-
lot to talk about.
Mhm.
So, I think we primarily wanted to talk about the Archon quests, right? Because, as Kiri mentioned, you know, everyone's struggling a lot right now, and so not everyone has had the time to fully catch up on, like, everything. So for this
Mhm.
stream, we're probably going to have a focus on the Archon quests. I think everyone's done Lantern, right? Question mark.
I only did day 1. I've been like
Okay.
mildly spoiled for like the other days, but yeah, unfortunately, I wasn't able to get on stream this past week and finish it because I had life events, I guess.
That's
Boo.
understandable.
That's completely
Mhm.
fair.
So yeah, we could probably focus on the Archon quest then. But there's already so many things to talk about with the Archon quests. I made like a brief list of bullet points just off the top of my head before we went live, and the Archon quest related one is by far the longest.
Mhm.
So yeah, and if you guys in chat have any questions, I'm gonna do my best to flag them for us all to look at. We have share chat enabled, just a reminder. So if you're talking in, either one of our chats, we'll be able to see it. So, given we have a smaller creator list today chatting, there's probably gonna be a lot more room for questions and things like that. So
I look forward to it. Feels good, man.
Maybe we'll be able to cover more ground, but maybe not.
yeah, we'll
depends.
see. This is
Depends on how long it takes me to go into Dotori, I guess.
okay. That's something else to talk about. Do you want to just get that out of the way right now, Owlet?
No, well, no. I mean, like, there's no.
The concept of mooning to Dottore, let's get this out of the way. I don't know if
Dude.
I like that phrasing.
You can't just give me the floor like that. That's all we're gonna be here for. But also, it's like, okay, listen. There's nothing in particular to say apart from like his perfection and beauty and everything, because like it's gonna come up as we talk about the quest, because he's the main character. So,
Alec, you cannot say that with a straight face while I am drinking hot chocolate. Like, please
what do you
be
mean?
considerate of us who are going.
I've only speak the truth.
Oh my goodness. So
We know what Owlet wants to talk about. What do you want to talk about, Kiryu?
What do I want to talk about? Oh my god.
I mean, I want to
the
talk.
amount of praise that he gives us through.
Oh, okay, we're gonna hear it.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I will wait. I would like for Alec to be able to comfortably speak about their mans, I guess. I'm just gonna be over here drinking my hot chocolate.
Wait, wait a minute, did you just call him a hear me out?
What?
What?
No, I just said I
Or did I
will
mishear?
listen. I will listen to you speak about your
Oh,
man.
okay. Oh, okay, because I thought I heard you say it's like about her speaking about my hear me out, and I'm like, wait a minute, he's conventionally attractive.
Oh no, no, you cannot hear me out in Genshin.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, they're all meant for Dottore or Ligus. That's a great question, both at the same time. Sorry, next.
So, in all seriousness, outside of your ravenous thirst for him, how do you feel about? How do I want to word this? For one, do you think his story is over, Smile?
Oh my god, obviously not.
Isn't that the question?
Like, that's not even a question. Like, the glitch is right there. The experiment began, he told us, but he didn't say that it ended yet, so clearly it's not over. So I guess that's like, I don't know. I didn't actually have a chance to go back over the quest and try to figure out where exactly his next illusion began or whatever. Like, I assume it's at the experiment begins line. But we all know it's not over since the glitchiness of the second ending screen. So
Yeah. You know how we started the Archon quest with that lizard that was just staring at us, and then Ashuru like pounced at it? I think that was some foreshadowing. I'm just gonna say, like, there is something so weird going on with the concept of time.
yeah.
And like, how did he go back to Hyperborea? Going back to like a previous Archon quest point, with that like the ruins that Durin was leading those ghosts through, like. Dottore, we learned that they believed something because Dottore was there.
Their savior.
Spreading propaganda. How? You know?
And it's also
Yeah, no, that one I hope they clear that up at some point, because that was definitely a like, especially since he did it so quickly compared to Durin and the others struggling for ages to make even a little bit of progress with what they were trying to affect. But he just like pulls up and plants a whole different history, and like, okay.
It's just very curious because there's still so much. There's so much that unfortunately has not been answered yet, but I suppose like it's also the fun aspect of it, because again, we don't know how he went back in time, assuming by that point he was able to insert himself into the past and speak of Hyperborea, and also, like, I'm not trying to, this is a separate discussion that we'll have later, but how he somehow revived a sinner from the moon's reflection. So there's like a lot that he does, and there's like, especially time related with
Don't get me
Dottore.
started.
So like, I'm not gonna open the rare like Pandora's box right now. I'm not trying to do that. But for Dottore specifically, there is a lot that is not answered for, and I'm curious about it. I'm very, very interested. But again, I don't think that I hesitate to say the state of Nodcry is at peace, really, because we're still in his experiment. Whether we're in like a dream world, if this is a Sunday situation, this is a Liga situation, like I don't know how to like I would need more time to ruminate on it, but I definitely don't think that this is something that we have all of the answers to right now. We can only go based on like the lizard theory, for instance, right now. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, because especially since he. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, can we actually talk about how like there are Sunday Dottore parallels? Like he was like goading the traveler on in the quest about like, oh, you know what? What if we were in Utopia and like nothing ever went wrong or whatever? Like, don't you want to solve the world's problems?
I threw myself across the room. Like, don't say those words to me.
Accept a sweet dream, you know, isn't that better? No, it's not, by the way. But you know, like there are definitely Sunday parallels.
Why do you think that there would ever be any form of Sunday parallels when we've had extensive information and experience with Dottore and Thimeru with dreams and controlling the masses? So what could possibly be happening in Nodcry or beyond? But like, you know, you were saying.
Sorry, speaking of this being like a sweet dream and like not knowing what's real or not, like did the Tsarita actually tell the Harbingers that they can go hunt him down and fight him? Like, is that actually permission that she gave them, or is that part of the sweet dream? Like there is just so many questions.
Just a part of the illusion, because like once he gained the authority of all of the three moons, he can just like manipulate their reality completely. Like, he struggled a little bit with his time travel stuff, but also, like, was that even for real, or was he lying that he was struggling with it just to make it look like he had a weakness? Like, nothing is believable.
Is the curse gone?
So this is something I also mentioned in my theory video. Remember, like, he just cursed the party, and we just kind of moved on from that because everyone assumes that it went away because he quote-unquote perished. And it's like, I'm sorry, Dottore performed multiple acts that just parallel what the Shades have done in Genshin. Trapped a traveler in a cube, created a curse like in Conria, doing time shenanigans like Istaroth, wanted to reshape the world like the Heavenly Principles. So you're not gonna sit here and be like, the curse is gone, because I strongly don't believe that it is. I don't believe that it is.
They settled
and the one that could check is dead, by the way.
Yeah, like they all very much like kind of accepted that it was over way too quickly. It was a little bit like, I mean, obviously it's like from a writing perspective, like that's the purpose of it, because the whole ending was like nonsensical and uncomfortable and made no sense, and it was like way too quick for the amount of buildup that they did. But like, yeah, the characters are literally just like, yeah, everything's great and wonderful now.
Even Nicole,
let's move on.
Even Nicole was like, there's nothing wrong. Like, I went back over that conversation. I got no indication from her that she could, like, figure out there was something wrong. Like, actually.
Like, and the thing is, it's so, like, the confirmation that, oh yeah, everything is fine. Like, you guys are gonna try and pull a moon prayer night. And I knew, like, that's not gonna, it doesn't make sense. Oops, sorry if you heard that. I feel like I accidentally hit my microphone. But in terms of, we don't have definitive, like, oh yes, this is done. He's been defeated. Whom's is telling me that? Like, I can't, you need to provide me like a detailed document and everything else in the world to confirm that this man is dead, because you can't convince me that he wouldn't do something again. He was able to revive a sinner from the moon's reflection And he was also able to go back in time. Like that, him just being defeated
Yeah.
from an energy blast by Columbina, that's way too convenient. And
Yeah, it
I
makes no
don't,
sense.
I don't buy it at
Mhm.
all.
And also just the fact that Wanderer still smells that something is sus going on and he doesn't particularly trust it, and that is a person that we should absolutely listen to when it comes to something like that, because we already have like 2 examples now of him being able to wake up from dreams that shouldn't be possible, that he shouldn't have woken up from. So like this would make number 3 and would continue with the theme of him doing things in threes as well.
Also, like, what is going on with the Totori mind swap experiment?
Oh my god.
Okay, Alex, I know you haven't played Lantern, right? I'm going to mention something from Lantern Knight
Oh
that I
no,
thought of
that's
earlier.
completely fine. Like it's I was planning to finish it, so it's like it is what it is. You don't have to censor yourself. Just spoil me. I
Okay.
don't care.
Okay, so basically, the angry deadly self of Zebai kept swapping around from person to person. That included 2 other adepti, by the way. It was not just humans she was possessing. And I just clocked earlier that this could somehow be playing into some foreshadowing for what's going to happen in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Like, obviously, there's the parallel that, and we can talk more about this later, like the parallel between like Zebai and like the heavenly principles and like what is a deadly self? Who else has made deadly selves when they died or whatever? But like the whole like swapping from like person to person as she's like escaping, like I realized that what if Dotori was doing something similar?
Well,
And it's kind of a scary
It's
thought.
almost like she has segments.
well, the thing is, because even in the Lantern Rite, clocking that was something that I found really suspicious, and I also, and not suspicious in the sense of it's strange per se, but Luna 4 and Song of the Welcome Moon, or like Luna 4, Luna 3 and 4, the majority of it was, and we saw it mainly in Luna 4, was allowing Columbina to return back into her true and complete form. However, she was fragmented in different ways throughout the world and time itself. So, like, the idea that one as powerful as she is, having to separate herself in a way, also having animal mind, human soul, consciousness, like that being an aspect of the quest, in addition to Zebai's 3 deadly selves, I don't think that that's a coincidence. And Dainsleif has told us there are no coincidences in this world. So excuse me for believing that the Tory is going to do something similar.
No, he'll definitely be back. My man, my husband, my god, he wouldn't just disappear like that. No way.
Why do you guys think that he resurrected Rayrir, by the way? Like, what was the purpose of that happening?
To see
And
what
is
he
this
could.
something that's going to come back to, like, bite him? Or is this something that is going to, like, play into his plans in the future?
Personally, I
Maybe
think
he
that
just
he was...
wanted...
Go ahead, Owlet.
Oh no, I honestly I didn't even have anything that thoughtful to say. I just was gonna say, what if he just wanted to create some shenanigans? But also it was just like most likely again another experiment for him just to see if he could.
Yeah,
Because he's researching the moons, so like, you know, can he pull something out of there?
No, I wanted to add on to that. I was going to say the exact same thing. While there could be an underlying reason, of course, that we don't have explicit, like, the answer for, I think that it could be a Ryan Beria situation where he wants to see what he can and cannot get away with because who's going to stop him.
Yeah. And also, like, I mean, we had that whole section with Rerir kind of controlling the Wild Hunt in a section that took Varka and the Knights away from the rest of the fight just as a distraction and whatnot. So, like, in Dotori's case, he could be doing the exact same thing with Rerir. He set him up to cause a huge ruckus and destruction in Nodcry while he was researching and, like, putting things together. Plus, also, you know, to get the Moon Marrow away from, I guess, the Scions as well would help, could be a part of the plan.
So, there's something that I realized when I went back over the dialogue, and I've been, like, stewing on this. It's like a half-baked theory. And I don't know if I believe it's going to be a thing or not, but as we know, Revere was not a good person as a human. Like, to say the least, he was a very awful person. He was more of a monster as a human than he was when resurrected, to be honest, in my opinion.
That's fair. Very fair.
So like, but what's interesting in his story is that even as a human, he felt like he was more like a puppet. Like he never had any kind of like agency. And like, I'm not here to debate whether that's true or not, because if you ask me my opinion, I think that his perspective sucks, and he always had a choice. But that's not what I'm talking about. Like I'm just speaking purely from his perspective. He thought he never had control over like anything in his life. That hello Skirk. that basically like someone else was always telling him what to do. He never was alone with his own thoughts to figure things out, and so he like clung to like the only thing that actually gave him happiness, which was the Lindis. And it's interesting now because obviously he got thrown beyond the moon's reflection again by our gang, and now he's just kind of chilling there. And there's like this whole dialogue with the Lindis where he's like, "Man, it's empty. I'm in limbo. What is going on? I don't know. What do I do with myself? I have to sit here and think." I like for the first time ever, he is in a space where no one is telling him what to do. He has to sit with his own thoughts. And even the Lindis, like that conversation ended with her being like, just sit there and think for a while. Just chill, man. And
airplanes in the night sky or whatever.
And so it's interesting that he's there and still around and stay with the Lindis. And then you have the drip marketing from Vedder Fulnir that came out after his arc was already over in the story, by the way. And it was like fate dictates his future. And his story's not over yet because, you know, the power of a sinner can like shake the laws of this world or something. It's like, what do you mean by that? Who's fate? Is that Istaroth? Is that Istaroth? Is that fate? Like who is deciding that he has a future somewhere? What is he gonna do in the future? And I don't know. So, in Albedo in the quest, this is a tangent, I'm sorry. Albedo in the quest was talking about how the power of the abyss can, like it has more of a significant effect on Dotori's abilities than, like, say, diluting it with elemental energy, which is also derived from light energy. And so I'm just, like, here, like, okay, so we didn't actually have that come up, even though they made that observation. That abyssal energy has more of an effect on Dotori than light energy. And it's like, well, who has enough abyssal energy that would rival Dotori's light energy? Because that was something Durin said, like I don't have enough energy to deal with this. Who does have enough energy? Points to Revere. And who would be upset that he was treated like a puppet again? Points to Revere. Is he gonna come back and like fight Dotori somehow? Is he gonna be like an anti-hero? Is he gonna like do something good with his life for once?
For once. See, you're making a few too many good points and you're making me uncomfortable because he better not be back.
Well, I hate to tell
that
you,
arc is
Owlet,
done.
but like quietly, I'm just thinking, especially during the self-reflection that he had with Columbina, who, by the way, she's hilarious for immediately creating like a moon barrier. She's like, "You're gonna kill me," and he's like, "No, I'm too tired for that right now." And like that entire conversation, I'm just thinking, yeah, you're probably going to come back, and you're probably going to fight or go against Dottore in some way. Whether you completely die or whatever is something to be seen. But he has been half drip marketed. And his story just isn't over. Now, I don't want to, like, this is again me just speculating, but I feel there are too many things in place. And I also believe Leah has presented many points that it could lead into something. So it's just food for thought. But I will not be shocked if we see another post about Rare and he ends up being playable. Can I also just say that he was can I also just say that when he was talking to Columbina, he was tall male playable model height? I'll let you guys sit on that for a moment as well.
Was he? Did they shrink him? I didn't even notice.
They did. because
I
it
have
wasn't his.
something else to add to this.
Again, you guys are making great points, but also like I do still disagree. I think his story is super over. In fact, like the part 6 or whatever the hell it was, or 8, I forget what act it was in, like that was already an extra scene that was unnecessary and frustrating because his story had already long been over. So they're just beating it with a dead horse to try to give it some sort of satisfying ending, which he doesn't even deserve. But
I have more to add to this. I'm sorry, Owlet. I'm sorry. Okay, and I really
no,
really
it's
have
fine, it's
to
fine.
give-
Again, it's like you guys. It's like concerning that your points are very
Yeah.
good because like I don't want them to be. Don't put this out. Into
I
the
know.
universe.
Like, okay. Like, again, if you ask me how I felt about this theory, I don't know how to answer. Like, I don't know if it's good writing. I don't know how much I agree with this direction. I'm just, like, pointing out what I'm noticing, you know? Like, this is...
Mhm.
Like, if you were to talk to me about the morality of it and, like, the implications of it as, like, from, like, a writer's perspective, that would be a different conversation, right? But I'm just talking
Mhm.
about what I have noticed. So, yeah, on his drip, it literally says his story's not over. So his
Yeah.
story's not over, unfortunately.
Yeah, but I mean, he already had like another scene since then, so like that could just be the finale.
Owlet,
Like it doesn't have to.
I'm going to hold
continue.
your hand while I say this.
Don't.
Rare's
Don't
story
hold
is
it.
not over. I want to be I want to be
so
here with
clever.
From a
you.
writing perspective, it is over. Oh my god.
Okay,
I
here's some more. Here's some more, right? So we know that Nibelung created that cage so that the power of the Moon Sisters could not break out of it. It's specifically there to gatekeep a moon. What power did Dotori get for himself? The power of the moon. So right now, Revir is outside of the experiment. Okay, he's like literally a variable right now. He's an unknown variable, and that's kind of spooky. And then the other thing is that they have been talking about how like you can use the power of the abyss to accomplish good things. That was like the whole thing with like Durin, using his abyssal form to like guide the ghosts in the right direction. Only he could do that because he had the abyss in him. Like, this is something they've started to set up, and then when you consider that each sinner is a blasphemy against their shade,
isn't he
is the
specifically
blasphemy.
against time? Like, am I?
No.
No, which
He's
blasphemy?
against Ronova.
He's against
the
death,
blasphemy
thank you.
against death. No, I have so much more to say. Like, he's the blasphemy against death, and Piro was on the Fatui moon base in the freaking Shades trailer, glaring up at Ronova. Like, what? Like, we know Dotori resurrected Rerir. For what purpose? Why was Piro freaking here glaring up at Ronova? Like, is that implying, like, Rerir's future role? Like, he's actually gonna fight Ronova? But then what's gonna happen? I don't know. So anyway.
But like, for me, Rare's story is just not over, and I'm very sorry, Owlet. But like, and I don't even mean that in like a shady way. It's just the way that they are literally
I
setting him
disagree
up.
from a writing perspective.
I understand, but I feel like he's about to come through.
With you guys, if you turn out to be correct, I will be very upset.
I am so
From a
sorry.
I don't
meta
think so.
perspective?
I don't think so that they would. But if I'm gonna come back to you guys and like I don't know, glare at you, if you turn out to be right, because it's like his story was already wrapped up, and then they even gave a whole thing about like him and Thalindis coming to an understanding in some way and like calming down and whatnot, and like airplanes in the night sky, split screen.
Yeah,
like,
true.
Like finale, like it's over, bro.
I actually
Despite
think that
how
they wrote
interesting your points are, I don't know. I do think that they're like genuinely done with him at this point. They even gave him a chance to fucking pass a message on to his wife. Like, it's done. It's done.
Yeah, sorry, I'm so excited to talk about this. I'm so sorry for interrupting you guys, by the way. It's not my intention.
No, it's all good.
I think from like a writer's perspective, that they might have written his roles in like the memories that we got from him in Luna 1 and whatever, Luna 2, to be as like disturbing as humanly possible so that we would never think that he could come back. Like, I think the whole point was to make us hate him as much as possible so that they could turn that on its head somehow later. And I don't know if the execution's gonna be good enough, like convincing enough. They're really gonna have to convince me this is a good idea. But from like perspective of like, if I were a writer, like why would I make this so extreme and like evil, you know?
Yeah, because
it would
it's
be
really
to invoke a certain
interesting.
emotion.
Yeah.
You know?
He is a
And
super
so-
interesting character, and it's like really brave of them to even like explore topics of genocide in this way. But also like, yeah, like from a writing perspective, like what is even the purpose of making basically a fantasy SS agent and then trying to redeem him? Like, what is that? Like, what is the point?
I just hope he
Like,
doesn't get a
what
redemption
are they
arc.
trying to say?
Like he can do something good. I don't think it means he's redeeming
Yeah.
himself.
Right, I agree.
That's-
Yeah, I mean,
kinda
like
my-
again, it's super interesting, like from a character writing perspective, to have somebody who is like basically willfully blind and participating in this, realizing that he's been wrong and trying to make up for it somehow. But like in terms of like a writing and audience perspective, what is the message you're trying to give us here, by showing a guy who killed children, because of what they were born as, and then trying to show him like redeeming himself? Like, what the hell is that?
Oh, there's a question, Chad, from sorry, real quick, from Thundervolto. I just wanted to address this. You might have come to the stream a little bit late and didn't hear the whole theory that we're discussing. So there might be some context missed there, but I would highly recommend.
It's not that
going
he's
back
been
and-
redeemed, even though they're
Yeah.
already starting to backtrack on him a little bit by starting to blame Dottore for the way that he's been acting since he was since he was revived. But they're like, it seems like it's a mild setup for like some sort of redemption or maybe some good act to show that he's capable of that. But yeah, like he definitely hasn't been redeemed, but it's like a concerning direction that we seem to be going in.
I wanted to address a question that was asked because we were talking about how, or Leah had mentioned how, in the God's Limits teaser, how Piero was glaring at Ronova, and how do you blaspheme against death more than Capitano and Piero? And I'm so happy we're mentioning Il Capitano, number one of the Patui Harbingers, specifically because of Project Stuja, and they're using Mistleton, like Thrain's sword. So I have to wonder if Mistleton is going to be used, in fact, to kill a god, whether that's Renova or someone else, because presumably a god is going to die. And as mistletoe was used to kill Baldur, I really, really find it hard to believe that, one, Il Capitano's not coming back. And I know people may be tired of that theory, but I will wear my tinfoil hat all day. He's not done.
Oh yeah, no, I mean,
he's
like,
just,
they didn't even kill him, so like, of course,
like he's just on his throne, Smile.
Yeah.
So he'll return, and I do think that
the king will be back. Okay, Return of the King.
I do think that will be a focal point of what Project Stuja is, and I do think, however, within that, maybe Riri is involved somehow. I couldn't tell you immediately, but I think there is a lot to think about there. Because, you know, Ragnarok has already happened in Tavat, and it's going to happen again. Because, mind you, presumably we're going to be in Snezhnai in like, what, 7-8 months? And things are going to... And so things are going to really kick off. So we're going to have Ragnarok 2 again. So it's we have
sorry, just when you said that, the mic got cut off, so it was extra funny.
I'm sorry. I'm so excited for Snezhnai. Don't touch me. Don't talk to me.
yeah.
I'm sorry. That was
Il Capitano. Il Capitano is not dead. Graveyard will return somehow. Asterisk.
Boo.
But And Ragnarok is coming again. So I'm really excited. And mind you, we're not even completely over with like Song of the Welcome Moon or Song of like Columbina's song, like her like there's still a lot that we have to look at. Also, I'm hoping that Skirk will be here in between patches because
Maybe
She's
she'll
gotta
show
be.
up and do something.
we literally I won't go into detail like too much detail about it because I'm obsessed and really excited about Amsvartnir, but like Skirk has to like return. She has to return, and like also there's I know because you haven't done the world quest. I don't want to like get too into it, but like I need Mother Skirk to return because there is no way she is not going to be here. Because guys, her literal sword, her mission given to her by Sir Telogi. Please walk with me on this. We're going to see Skirk return, and she's going to be instrumental in Amsvartnir. Okay, I'll be quiet. I'll be quiet.
Okay.
Listen,
alright.
okay, M's Vartnir, I am going to I'm making a video. That's all I'll say. I'm making a Varka lore video about Boreas and the Knight of Boreas and old Mondstadt and Varka and the fact that he or the original Knight of Boreas might be one of those Fae with two hearts. So I am yeah, that's my next project. I'm working on that video. I finished my music commission and that I'm literally you'll see me on the news.
Yeah, because you're famous, of course.
No.
Leah,
Anyway,
thing.
Skirk and Koitar, oh my gosh.
Like when you go back and read things, it's so refreshing. It's so nice because finale of Deep Galleries like broke me and I think made everyone really happy and excited because I mean we got first angel lore, we got more Nibelung lore, we got Surdervoinen, like all of this, and I can't not talk about, guys, how Skirk is literally wielding Koitar's swords. I can't not talk about that. I'm sorry. Excuse me. And then, like, in the description as well, because of Koitar's prophetic visions and how she literally saw her kin, specifically like the angels that we would come to learn throughout history with the Traveler and every region, and she foresaw their tragedies. Like, it's so like I'm sorry, guys. We have to get Skirk back, and we have to get more Amsvartnir. Like, you can't like, and then the fact that like Skirk has like the wings. Like, guys, I need Skirk to come back
Skirk?
because literally,
Do you think she could be related to Voyager?
I
Like
think
maybe it's from like the same area?
I feel so. The thing is that also, I don't want to say we moved on too quickly, but we also moved on too quickly from Skirk because she's from a planet that was like, she's not from Devat. Sir Telogi took her in as an apprentice. She lives in the Abyss currently, and she has access, or she somehow has Koitar's sword, and Sir Telogi specifically gave her the quest to find Koitar's lover for who knows what reason. But I feel like this is all way too coincidental for her to just not be here. Because they dropped Skirk and then said nothing else about it. We are here in Nodcry learning about angels and Amsvartnir. And I just don't... I find it very difficult to believe that someone like Skirk wouldn't somehow have some relation. Because her people already... Because I know we talk about... Well, like, she's very abyssal, mermaid, core, like... magical girl, but like the way that her like when she's in her form is like the wings, and I'm sorry, I'm not gonna make any sense. I just think that Skirk is I really think that she's connected. Like, I think she's connected in more ways than one, and she's going to be the person that we have to get more information of directly with Koitar and Surdervoinen. I'm literally out of breath because I'm so excited. I'm speaking quicker than my brain is thinking because I love Skirk so much. So
there's so many threads.
Just as a question for you, though, I'm just curious as to like, in terms of the sword, since you're very much on the her having Koitar's sword, like, is that like I don't know, how do I phrase this even? Is it like even canonically an object that she has in her possession, or does it just happen that the lore released with the weapon that's on her banner just happens to be that one? Because it's like, I'm thinking, for example, like, oh, they like Ganyu or something has like Amos's bow, but that's just like for the sake of showing that lore. It doesn't necessarily mean that she like actually has it.
So I think in this case, it is more likely that, oh my gosh, I thought I just dropped to my death. But I think this is, her sword is to present the lore, because to my in my opinion, I would need to double check. I do not recall koitar specifically having a sword, but I just refer to this as koitar's sword because it has her lore in it.
Oh, okay, yeah. Because I'm just like, is it just like the presentation of the lore? It doesn't necessarily mean that it's connected to the character. Because like sometimes they'll just like put out weapons that have lore that aren't actually,
Yeah,
at least like they used to.
Yeah, like
Yeah, like that aren't actually connected to the character that this is meant to be for.
Yeah.
In terms of gameplay, at least.
I think I can't, because I think of Columbina's weapon it directly talks about it. Lauma's goodness, actually, I'm just gonna go to the character.
I guess like in recent times they have very much like the weapons are becoming more and more specialized, so it makes sense that they're talking about the characters that they're meant for. But I guess like, yeah, I guess they aren't like mandatorily like their actual.
I will need to go via, I will say, the most recent characters. I'll go from Nodcry back, but most of the weapons that I've noticed either are directly in relation to said character that they are the signature weapon for, or they are tied to historically, and not like in a vague historical way, like they are directly.
Yeah.
So like I think of Flynn's weapon. I think of Skirk's, Columbina's is hers. So
yeah, they've definitely been making them extremely specialized and like practically unusable by any other characters, so that like makes sense. But I guess that just hasn't always been the case.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to like scream excitedly.
No, that's fine. It's just like I'm just curious what would make you like convinced that I guess she has that specifically, rather than just, you know, it's gameplay reasons. That's her sword. It's meant for her, and it also happens to have lore because they release, you know, weapon descriptions.
Yeah, I have like nothing else on that.
Yeah.
I was just listening happily. Skirk is so interesting to me, and like obviously it's another case of like dominoes that Hoyo's setting up and will knock down eventually. What I was gonna say earlier is that there's just like so many threads that are pointing at Snezhnaya, and I cannot contain myself, because the more we dig into things, like the world quest lore is pointing to Snezhnaya, the archon quest lore is pointing to Snezhnaya, everything. So Circology obviously is the reason that Skirk cannot really become a descender and has been like kind of a voyager herself, because he threatened her. He's like, yeah, if you make any connections with this world, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna kill them and I'm gonna kill you. It's like, okay, chill. So like I am excited for the payoff for the dominoes they've been setting up with her, because I think it's gonna be super epic. When Circology is like on screen is like the big bad sinner. He's like evil One Punch Man. And like Skirk actually does have connections with the world through like Childs and everything, so but yeah, I think it's gonna be really cool.
I think,
is anyone else low-key disappointed with the way that they're presenting Circology though? Because like the other sinners are like kind of like, you know, gross and evil and whatever, but I feel like he's just been comic relief so far. Like we're told that he's like super strong and we know that he is, but he's also just seems like he's kind of just like a guy.
Well, he's just a guy right now because he's currently in Star Rail, but he'll come back.
I love that joke so bad.
Oh my god. So I'm just like, yeah, the rest of them are like, okay, they're like really, I don't know, they're like really threatening and whatnot. But then this guy is just kind of like, he gives like Tartaglia vibes. Like he just likes to fight and be strong and shit. And like, even with the some of the interactions that we've seen between them, like in the flashbacks and whatnot, you're like, why is this guy just comic relief? Like he's just silly compared to the others.
I feel like Sertology probably had like an interesting dynamic with the sinners in the past, like when they were just, I don't want to say normal people, because like when they were normal people, but like I feel like everyone's gonna kind of have like some past where they had like banter with their friends and stuff before shit went down, and so that's probably just how he was back then. It kind of sounds like he's like the bronze guy and not the brain guy. Like he's been
I guess so.
lauded
Yeah.
for his constitution and stuff. So I don't know. I guess it makes sense that he ended up like this. But now he's definitely like he's evil One Punch Man. Like actually though.
He's just really strong, and if you happen to be on the side of things that he wants to punch, then I guess you're in trouble, but
I feel like he's literally the reason why Skirk is not a descender, because like to be a descender, you not only have to have the power but the will to rival the world. And basically because of his threats, she does not have that will. She wants to be a passerby in Tiamat. So it's just very interesting to think about where that could lead. Like there's so many characters in this game that feel like they have the potential to become a descender at this point. Stares at Albedo.
Me when I'm Ryan daughter and I just create a descender. Well, that's just what Albedo is, and you will surpass me. Also, it's just I thinking about Skirt. My mind is clouded, but
I definitely see him as evil. Sorry, just.
Yeah, like he's definitely not like a good guy or something, but it's like comparatively to like I don't know what's her face, the ugly one. Gold.
Who are we talking about?
She just it's like I'm just saying that like comparatively to like Gold, who has created abominations that have just like ruined so many lives and whatever. Sertology's just kind of being shoved aside as like the funny punching guy. So it's a very.
I feel like it's more that they're setting his dominoes up still. Meanwhile, Ryan Dottier's dominoes have been set up since launch.
And yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I feel like it's just like a case of like the lore exposition is not quite there yet for some sinners. Like we know nothing about Corrupted. Like what the hell is that guy doing? Who is that guy? Who is he?
No, that's true. That's true. It's just like it's an interesting contrast between just like the absolute horrors that have been documented that she has done, and then, I mean, Sertology is just kind of like he just like destroys things, and like I mean he was mean to Skirk, but also she like made it out and respects him in a way. So like he just doesn't seem as threatening, I guess.
Can we talk for a second about Ryan Dottier just chilling in Celestia? Like, actually, like, this is kind of part of a continuation, I guess, of what I was talking about earlier with Ravier and Ronova. But we've kind of already had the blasphemy of life consume the shade of life. So, like, I really do feel like, and oh my god, that just makes me so interested for Veterafulnir and Istaroth. Like, what do you mean he's the blasphemy against time? How is it going to work? What are they going to do with him? Like, is Istaroth not on our side? Like, I'm so curious about everything right now. But, yeah, like, Ryan Dottier eating a shade, and then somehow that balances out the power of the Abyss that was in her. Can we just talk about two? Oh, the Abyss Twin had all that power in them to basically divide it up into 5 sinners, and they can become like borderline equals to the Shades. Is that not crazy too?
The end game might be all of them. unfortunately, Riri are included having to take over the shades that they're supposed to be the opposite of, I guess, to continue Rhine Daughter's theme.
Ariel, welcome back.
Oh, thank you. Sorry.
Hmm.
Hear me for a second. But yes. But to conclude our discussion earlier, Owlet, I do believe it would be more correct for me to say that Skirk's weapon that she wields details Koitar's call to her brothers and sisters. Oh my goodness. Okay, sorry. As a slight tangent, in not yesterday, but a previous, like my Lantern Rite stream, there was a question on whether or not angels were all female or if there were multiple genders. And within this, like within the description of Koitar calling to her kin, she says brothers and sisters. So she's talking to her kin here. Perhaps brothers could assume like other creations as well, but here I'm thoroughly confident she's referring to angels, so that could be an asterisk, but that was just something that popped into my mind again that I remember. So again, saying that's a possibility. She could be referring to a separate race here,
because
but
it feels like, at least in English, it feels like the only time the angels have ever been referred to has been with female pronouns. So like this one is either that's just like a specific choice that has been made, although I do believe they must receive some sort of instruction on what to use, but like
Right.
also that hasn't been the case before in some cases. Like they have had to swap pronouns around after getting more information, like
Right.
further down the line.
Yeah.
They
So
have only been referred to as female before, but at the same time, if there is specifically the brothers and sisters part, it does seem to indicate like there might be different ones, and then maybe the
yeah.
she was simply a choice.
Yeah. So that's just something I wanted to, because it had been I had just remembered, sorry, someone asking me that, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure I remember reading it somewhere, but I don't want to sound like I'm a history fictionologist and like I don't want to be that person. So like, yeah. So again,
Who's gonna check your work? It's fine.
no, I want to be as thorough as possible. So, and even again on azurelight, to my understanding and to my knowledge, koitar never physically held a weapon or had a weapon, but it does detail her call to arms for her kin. So just want to clarify that. So sorry again.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, that's fine, that's fine.
The passage in Azurelight that talks about brothers and sisters, it basically starts with this line that's like, brothers, sisters, you who have submitted to the primordial master, let me tell you the truth I have witnessed, and then it talks about individual angels. So
Yeah, sorry, I didn't. Oh, I'm sorry. Bad.
no, you're good, but just because that conversation has come up for me as well. Hello.
Sorry.
Hello.
I didn't expect that to happen. I'm so sorry. There we go.
But like when you,
This is my grave, I can stand on it. Actually, you can stand too. It's okay.
my goodness. And also the thing about this description that I really love is like when you go back in retrospect, she is naming every single angel that we've learned about or directly know. Like she talks, like she mentions the Lord of the Night. She mentions Nabun Malikata. She mentions Sibylla. And then I strongly believe the final one, like this is Divide that she's talking about. Like, and still another shall wander ever in dreams solely to journey, awaiting an encounter in a stagnant foreign land. Like, when you go back and read things, it just, sorry, it's a feels good. So again, I could be jumping the gun here, and I do apologize if I am, but we're in angel territory, and I've wanted Angel Moon lore for so long. So,
For those of you who haven't finished Lantern Rite, I really would like go do it because there are some lore drops in that quest that are insane in context with what we learned in various like weapon and artifact
1000%.
descriptions and world quests and also the recent archon quest. So like please
please complete it. I strongly encourage it. Please. And again, I love Skirk. I really love Skirk. and I want her to come back, and I want her to be involved in Angel Lore. Please, Hoyoverse, if you hear my plea.
Please be relevant for once, please.
I was about to mention Lantern Rite, but I didn't want to spoil it. In all fairness, we were primarily just going to be focusing on the Luna 4 Archon quest because I think there are still topics we can discuss, but we've just been kind of all over the place, just having a good time. So,
yeah, can we get back on topic with Dotori, please? My goodness.
Oh my God.
Okay, go on, Owlet. Go on.
No. Sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, go on. I'm
if you put me on the spot like that, I'm shy.
Also,
wait, I have something to say about Dotori.
Oh, okay, because I was going to respond to Thunder Voltos. You go ahead.
Yeah, no, go
on. You know what? No, you can reply first because what I'm gonna say is gonna start a war.
Okay. So Thunder Volto says maybe Skirk will come back to eat Pop-Tart again. I personally think it was hilarious how in Luna 4 he learned from Arlecchino that the Traveler had been kidnapped by Dottore and had no plan and just immediately went off. He was like, I need to go rescue them. And it's like, you don't even know where they are. I respect the fact that he was so ready to fight and throw down for them. But I'm like, Tartaglia, let's bring it back in a second. You don't have a plan.
There was so much
He's a real bro for that.
He is. Like, I can honestly say that is very endearing that he did that. And Arlecchino was like, please stop. You have no plan and you don't have any. What are you about to do? So, yeah,
like,
I just thought that was cute.
What exactly are you, Mr. 11, going to do? 11 out of like 5. Like, what are you going to do?
Oh. Thank you, Smay, for the 38-month sub. That's like over 3 years. Child has one goal, no plan, fight. True.
Yes, this is true.
Thank you, Smay.
The way he so quickly gets distracted by Arlecchino being strong, and he's like, oh, look at you.
He's like,
improved.
He's like, that sounds like we could maybe fight. And she was like, please don't push it. I tolerate you for right now. Don't make me think less of you. And he's like, okay.
Just like, don't start.
Actually, so much Yume bait, by the way, in the quest lately, and like I'm living for it. I think it's fun, but I'm just like noticing a lot more of it lately. Like Child going off to like pursue the Traveler with no plan. There's been like Wanderer scenes. There was like a lot of Traveler content in Lantern Rite.
The Tartaglia thing, I wouldn't consider Yume bait at all. He's just that kind of guy, and he's always considered us a friend because he's just a little weirdo, I guess. But like, yeah, some of the other ones are like extremely questionable, but that one at least is like, yeah.
No. Let me be entirely clear though. Like, I'm not saying it's bad. Like, it's all in character. I have no issues with it. I'm just saying like it's really funny that they're doing a lot more of it.
I guess it's just that like to disagree. Not all of it is great or in character, but like that particular one is at least.
I do think the like Yuri, Yaoi, Yume, etc. like all of that, like the like Yume bait has also just been really funny to me because it's like, oh, you guys saw how well Love and Deep Space were doing and said, hold on, we need to we need to do something. Let's create Flint.
We need to do something like that.
Like here,
you're so right.
Flint, we will need you to be Yume bait. Here you go.
Oh my goodness.
Dude, this guy's the Phantom Bicycle. It's like you spin a wheel and you get a new ship. And I swear they're all good.
I know, because the thing is, as someone who's a multi-shipper too...
actual MC getting shipped with everybody.
Well, and that's the thing, because as someone who multi-ships, I'm always just eating. But like, it's so funny when it comes to Flints, because it's literally... There's already a fan art of it. Leah knows which one I'm talking about, but it's Flint. Flint is just... Take your pick. So yeah, they've just been much more open about it. But yeah, I just wanted to mention that. But I don't want to detract from what you both are about to engage in with the Dottore talk. So I will mind my business.
Oh, yeah. Owlet.
Yes,
Owlet. You'll always be my best friend, right? We're always
a strong start.
I do have to let you know that I am ride or die for my husbands.
Yeah, I could be your husband too. You could be ride or die for me.
True. Ride or die for my husbands and wives, alright.
Okay, so Dottore. For the in my stream when I played it, when I played the Archon quest, you'll remember when he was monologuing and like trying to aura farm with like pulling like the traveler like above, you know, Tevad and just like walking around in the sky. I couldn't stop laughing. I'm so sorry. It was
No,
the
it was
funniest,
hysterical.
corniest thing to me ever. I was just sitting there like laughing every time he opened his mouth. I'm like, oh, this guy thinks he sounds so smart. He thinks he sounds so smart. He thinks he's making a point. And the traveler's just like, dude, can you cut it out already? Can you chill, please? And it was just like the most hilarious part of the quest to me ever. And I know like people in chat might have been getting frustrated with me laughing at it because they're like, no, he's a point. I'm like, he has no point. He has absolutely no point.
The whole point is that he's just trying to get the traveler to come with him and join the experiment. Like, that's the point, and he's gonna say anything he thinks it will take to get it done, right? So it's like, it doesn't necessarily have to make sense, but it was supposed to be like, weirdly enough for Dottore, it was supposed to be an emotional appeal, which he might be just super fucking bad at, which might explain why it landed so poorly with you.
I was going through it during that because one, he's very stinky, so I wanted him to stop talking. But also,
How dare you?
he's
Oh my god.
you'll be fine. Secondly, I
No.
thought that like it was so funny and like it was so comical at times where like during one of the dialogues he was just upside down and there was no reason for him to be upside down, but he was upside down.
No,
And then
the reason is because in the character sheet that we got of the characters he's getting, there's an upside down one, and that's the Torre. That's the point, guys.
And then when, oh my god. All right, I'm just thinking too, when he was like, maybe this venue won't do so well for you. Let's switch it up a bit. I'm like, first of all, sir, you're going to need to calm down because I understand that you have the powers of the moons and all that, but you're not about to take me around this entire planet like we're going on a trip to Disney World. Well, he's
showing you the world like you said.
He
shining, shimmering, splendid.
Like, yeah. Okay, and the thing is that there's magic there.
Ride.
I don't want to go on a magic carpet ride with Dottore. You can do that. I don't want to do that.
You guys, I think I understand. I think I've come to the understanding of exactly what's wrong here. See, everything that Dottore was doing in that whole thing, it was fan service. You are simply not the fans being serviced. It was me. It was all for me.
The thing is, I don't mind a messy villain, but he was doing it a bit too much for too long. Like, how many final second chances are you gonna do here until it gets a bit too much? But I do think, I do want to say, because I played in English,
I want to say that every single day.
I want to say I played in English. His voice actor did a phenomenal job. I want to give my give them their dues and all the flowers because they did an excellent job. They did such a great job making me uncomfortable. Because
with this Dottore guy.
And with that, I do think it's funny how he's like, well, you're always like, you're never thanked. Everyone takes advantage of you and you just want to see your sibling. And it's like, okay, while this is correct, I don't like you. Go away. Like, you're not, go away. You're stinky, sir.
You guys are just like not in the same mental as Traveler, okay? Like, he really misses his sister. You clearly don't. So it wasn't working for you.
Listen, Dottore was like a kid that got like a new toy and was like, oh, I'm gonna show it off to my friends, man. Like,
oh, he really
look at what I can do.
He was experimenting with his powers though, like that is true. Because I do think a part of the length of that was by design because he had just gotten his powers and he's testing them out. So he's yapping for as long as fucking possible because he wants to see what the extent is and what he can do.
Right.
So like there was a purpose to that.
And like, all memes aside, we clearly saw that he could do just about anything. And then even when he struggled, quote unquote struggled, asterisk question mark, with time, and he was like, oh yeah, I made you go to sleep for a month. I'm like, excuse me?
Oopsie. He does that little anime, like bonks his head. Whoops. You were asleep for a month, my bad.
But like, I also think it's really funny throughout all of that. None of the shades did anything. And also the Heavenly Principles is just gone. But I also, there's a deeper conspiracy I have for that, so it doesn't matter.
They're
No,
napping.
no, 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 no,
They're
no. That
taking
leads
a
into
deep
another
nap
topic.
on my
Yeah.
couch.
Okay.
Like, actually, like, the Shades said they were going to do something permitted by the rules, right? They were going to intervene, and we hear that the Hexen Circle is like busy with something like a crisis at Tevat's borders. Like, what is going on with that? Like, what is the crisis? Like, what is actually going on? Is that what the Shades are busy with? Is Reindadir causing the crisis? Like, is Reindadir working with or against the Hexen Circle right now? Like, is she beefing with Alice? Like, I don't understand, like, what's going on. Like, are they working together at the moment?
So
Is Alice working with the Shades?
curiously, at the end of the quest, I believe it was either, I forget how, whether it was from Nicole or from like however it was that, oh, there was no longer a threat at the borders and the Hexen Circle were going to do their own thing. And I'm like, I don't trust that, because I don't know how you're telling me Tivat's borders are just fine now. Like, that's not how that works. But I could, of course, be completely like, I'm actually just going to go through the travel log right now. So ignore me, but there is just so much that did not add up and left me very, very, oh my god, Notcry has so much goodness. But yeah, there is so much that just didn't add up to me. But yeah, sorry.
No, you're good. Like, I'm actually going back to look for the conversation with Nicole right now because I don't understand. It kind of felt like the Hexen Circle and Alice were treating what's going on with Notorious like a side quest. And like Alice says she's angry, but like was she actually angry? And like they missed the Dodoko phone call, but did they actually miss it? Like I feel like something about this was by design and not like an accidental mishap on the Hexen Circle's POV. Because in Durin's story quest, we learn that the Hexen Circle planned things out well in advance, right?
Yes, I found it. Paimon says, yeah, and it's during Welcome Moon's homecoming return to Devat. Paimon says, yeah, any update on that crisis at the world's borders? Nicole says, Alice just informs me that they had their work cut out for them. And now everyone's thoroughly exhausted, but they did finally get things back under control. Still, we can't let our guard down. The disruption caused by the disaster has made Tevat easier to detect from the outside universe. She has plans to wait for things to stabilize, then reschedule her Mondstadt vacation plans. So, yeah. So, Alec, what did you? You know what? I'm not even gonna say anything. I was like, what did you just say in chat? Oh my god.
Oh, I was just responding to a comment.
But in all seriousness, yeah, this right here, these three things that Nicole says, like, and I love Nicole. Like, I'm on my guarantee. I have to stay strong because Varka is coming, and I have to unlook from that man who we haven't even talked about Varka. But so,
Oh my god.
So,
the biggest scam in all of Genshin.
You do not get started on Varka. I'm sorry.
So yeah, this here just has me questions.
Okay. First off, I'm going to be pulling for Varka, absolutely, and also Nicole, because I suspect that she's gonna be a really good support for him, and yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. But I went to both. I'm really curious about Nicole's role in things because it almost feels like Alice assigned her to what's going on in Northcry so that she learns some things. Like, obviously, like, she has memories dating back to Hyperborea, right? And, like, I don't know. Like, is she also affected by, like, Dotori's experiment? Can she see through it? Is she able to... I don't know. I have so many questions about what her role is going to be. Because she's not playable yet, and we know that when she's playable, it's probably going to be a super heavy lore patch. And it's like, what is there left to... Like, what role is she going to play? Like, what is there left to give her?
Her role is that she's my angel. Continue.
Her role is to replay the angel falling in love getting punished trope, but with Varka this time.
Don't you ever say that, I'm gonna cry. No, but in all seriousness, I know people call it Varkol, but I'm like, I'm gonna call it Guardian Angel. Just let me.
Oh, that's so cute.
I'm just gonna call it Guardian Angel.
Oh my god. That's super cute. The lore yapper and the lore ignorer. It's a match made in heaven, pun intended.
But I didn't mean to interrupt. You guys were saying, sorry.
I don't know if I want to go on my Varka lore
Oh, by all
rant
means,
right now.
don't. Yeah, if you want to, especially save it for like
Yeah,
your
like,
video.
go right
Don't.
ahead.
Yeah, I mean, my
Structure,
chat
we
has
don't know what
heard.
that is.
My chat has heard this rant already. Like, I think I've given it like 3 times about like Varka's connections to the Fae, and how Boreas is probably a Fae and things like this. And
Can
yeah,
you do a
and
round-
also
can you
I
do a round
connected that
4?
round 4.
Yeah.
Okay, come to Em's part.
Give us the Cliff's notes.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah,
we're going
come
to
to Em's part here.
Oh my God.
partner.
We're going to Amsvart. Yay! I love
Near.
this. Is like
Yep.
one of my absolute favorite places in the. And I'm actually
It's
going
so
to listen
pretty.
to the music here. Oh, koitar. I cried playing this quest.
It's very nice. I did like this quest. This was interesting. I was a big fan of the lack of yapping. It's just like a puzzle, and then you come here, and then you get the finale, and it's satisfying. I kind of liked this presentation.
I just want to mention how we were talking about how the stream was mainly going to be the Archon quest, and now we're going deep into world quests, which is really funny. Anyway.
Okay.
It is what it is.
Okay. So you see that wolf?
Yeah.
You know who that wolf is?
Boreas?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Boreas.
it's
You know who the gold girl is? You know who that is?
That's the... Oh my god, I forget her name. I swear to god I read this. I forget.
Pop quiz.
Pop quiz.
Koitar?
Koitar. It's the first angel. The first angel,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Mm-hmm.
So she named that wolf.
Yeah.
And he calls her mother, right? And this is like around the time where she's like, this is after the funerary war, because she's like losing her memories and stuff at this point.
Yeah.
So the angels created the Fae, by the way. So him calling her mother actually totally checks out. Now, if you read this, which you can't in my world, but if you were to, oh, I can read it though.
Read it to us.
I'm not gonna read the whole thing, but I'm gonna find one line because this is like the crux of
Am
the
I
theory.
able to interact with it? No. Okay.
No.
Probably not.
Only in your world.
All right. We're sitting
spoke
down
to
on
me.
the carpet. We're listening.
It spoke to me and called me mother. It said, I will go to the south where the people are poor and lowly, yet the cities are large and fortified. I will make them prosperous. So you don't think of Mondstadt as the south, but that's where he went. He went to Mondstadt. He went to Old Mondstadt. Yet the cities are large and fortified. And the people are poor and lowly. Like, he's literally saying he's gonna go to Old Mondstadt. And then if you read Wolf's gravestone lore...
Barca's best in spot, by the way.
The night of Boreas' journey ended at the city of Barbados. Wandering souls attract each other. Boundless freedom begets only anxiety. Upon entering the city, the Knight of Boreas' companion bade him farewell in silence, for the free-spirited wolf resented the stone walls and lamplight and yearned for the open wilds. The Knight of Boreas' heart remained free, though his flesh was inside the prison-like city. Meanwhile, the wind-born wolf roamed the forest in the flesh, while his heart remained loyal to the Knight. So, and then it goes on to talk about how they were one. They were still one, even though they were separated. And eventually Boreas died. And we know Boreas died when Decarabian fell. So, the Night of Boreas' journey from Emsvartnir ended in Old Mondstadt, where the actual human entered Old Mondstadt, and Boreas remained outside with the blizzards. And then they took down Decarabian. And so, him telling Koitar here that he's going to go to Mondstadt to make them prosperous was saying he's going to go free Mondstadt from Decarabian. And then if you link this up to Drunkard's Tale lore, where a human was dreaming of being a wolf visiting Koitar in Amsvartnir, and then there's also a book that was released this patch that talks about a type of fae called the Varkalak, which has 2 hearts, a human and a wolf heart. then the original Knight of Boreas was one of those fae. But then the wolf heart died and became the spirit in Mondstadt. And that's the theory. That's the cliff notes of the theory.
Okay. Nice. Clap, 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 clap. If I had any competency in using the soundboard, I would do that. But I'm very slow.
I'm just so excited to make a video on this because it'll make a lot more sense in video format, I think.
Mm-mm.
But also,
Oh,
the kicker is, if you go to Flynn's voice line about Varka, he literally calls him the North Wind. He's like, no, you think I'm exaggerating, but he's literally him. Like, that's basically his voice line about Varka.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. So I think that Varka's patch, you know, its next patch, I think the lore is gonna revolve around him, regaining the wolf part. And I don't know if like the original Knight of Boreas ended up living like normal human lifespans and has like a lineage, or if he was like sleeping for like a few hundred years at a time and then he woke up and didn't really have memories, that sort of thing. Like he lost his memories in between or whatever, but he slept like Venti did, like if he's literally the North Wind. Like I don't know what they're gonna do with him. Because at the moment Varka's like what we know about Varka doesn't really indicate that he comes from like some lineage or family. In fact, like the only thing I really know about him is that in Razor's story, he just kind of like popped out of the woods and decided to
decided to kidnap the child.
Yeah, he decided to teach Razor things. So like we don't actually know.
He's like, oh, for me.
And like all we know is that he has the same sword fighting style as Arundolin, which was he was around during the aristocracy in Mondstadt. And so like we don't really have absolutely no idea if he's like a normal human or if he's like quote unquote human, you know, with this like a fae with his human heart and not his wolf heart because it died. Or like I don't know what they're gonna do with him.
Oh. I mean, like to me, he kind of reads like a normal human, simply because I guess it would be in line with like the with Mond, the Land of Freedom, having somebody in charge who isn't necessarily from like this powerful lineage, the way that like Jean and Dillik are, who've been around for ages and whatnot, like someone, you know, especially since they're separating themselves from the aristocracy a little bit, like, you know, somebody who is not a noble can make it all the way up to the top type thing.
I think it's very clear that whoever or like whatever Varka is, if he is like a fae type and he's like sleeping, I think he's losing his memories. Like I don't think it's that he would have his memories of back then. Even if he like was Arundolin and was the original Knight of Boreas, I feel like maybe his spirit would like sleep for centuries and wake up and kind of be like fresh or something. Like
maybe.
That's the only thing I can really think of if he is that kind of fae. Otherwise, I still think the original Knight of Boreas was a fae with two hearts, and then when the wolf spirit died, it like started like a human lineage or something. But in the lore, there's just not really a lot of evidence that there's like a lineage. At the moment.
Sorry, I got spooked by my oh my god.
No, it's okay. But yeah, that's kind of like the TLDR of the theory, and like it'll make a lot more sense in the video when I lay everything out. But
that was.
That's fine.
I didn't want to interrupt. I was gonna say, well, and speaking of Children of the Moon wolves, I want to talk about Columbina, who was a key character in the Archon quest, but I didn't want to interrupt while we were like Varka theory going. So
we should definitely talk about Columbina and her interstellar plot. And Koi and I spent like a solid week in my Discord server in the Genshin channel. Just like he had this like idea that Columbina was like following some interstellar plot. But he was just like trying to go back over and look for evidence, and we just like poured over the entirety of like the Noldcry Archon quest looking for things. And he ended up writing a really awesome thread, pretty much predicting everything 1-to-1 after that, and it was really fun.
Like, I've never seen Interstellar, so I couldn't really
Me neither.
say anything in regards to that, but I definitely thought that there was some like time past shenanigans, and it ended up being gravity, which was a focal point in Interstellar itself of how time was affected. So I think that was really cool. um I just sorry, I'm still not over the fact that Columbina is here in the game. We can play as her. She is my favorite harbinger, former harbinger, and she is the Trilune goddess. And I got my moon lore, so I've just been really happy. And I loved how Song of the Welkin Moon specifically, like, well, I was gonna say, if you have Columbina, the Welkin Moon, quote unquote, changes to her, but it's a very, like, yeah, it's very sad in relation to, like, Lantern Right, who presumably the former quote unquote Welkin Moon was before it evaporates and then becomes Columbina, the true new moon. So
when they released Dottore, I expect my Welkin Moon to change to him. I'm waiting for that.
But it's more so like we began.
Oh my god, so many Columbina.
We started Song of the Welkin Moon with Inefa learning like what is the value and what does it mean for someone's name? What does family mean? And what does home mean? And we started with Inefa, and we most recently came to Columbina's conclusion as to what her home is, who she is, what her name is, and things like that. So I get emotional thinking about it because I love that. Yeah, the Trilune goddess, all three of them. and then I also love that her sisters now live within her in her moon halo. Like the fact that they each had a different phase, and you can see how each of those phases now make up the ring impact that exists around her now. Like, I just get really emotional thinking about it. Like, I love them so much. And I get emotional thinking about them because I love this game and I love these characters a lot. So I thought that was lovely. Also, she absolutely one of my favorite characters in the entire game, and I'm not over the fact that we got Vina Bean. I just want to scream about her for a little bit. I'm sorry.
No, I love her too. I'm right there with you. Like, I love everything about Columbina. I have loved her. She's been my favorite Fatui Harbinger since Winter's Night Lazo dropped, and like, oh my gosh, I'm just so happy with her and everything they've done with her. I have nothing negative to say, like, genuinely.
I don't either. Like, the final cutscene with her and her coming back, like, I just was in tears. I really loved her characterization. I loved her history. I love learning more about her. The fact that Kubaki is her, like, I love, like,
no!
she's like the most powerful being.
Kiryu, like, actually, can we talk about that for a second? Like,
yes.
how like the climax of, you know, this last Archon quest really felt like the origin story of a deity like come to life.
Yes.
Like, you read in mythology about like gods like pouring their essence, you know, over the earth and like protecting the land and stuff, but like that's what she did. Like, they made that come to life in such like a beautiful and poetic way. It really feels like the birth of a deity. Like, the Archons, we've met them in very human contexts. Of course, they have done amazing feats in the past, and we haven't really like seen like similar like cutscenes or origin stories to them in like the same way we do with Columbina. But like Columbina, like, legitimately just feels so ethereal and like mystical and like goddess. She's so cool. She's so, and at the same time, like, she wants to be treated like everyone else. She wants those human moments. She felt so distant from the Frost Moon Scions because they just respected her so much as the Moon Maiden that they like couldn't do anything but act like awkwardly around her because they revered her, you know. But she wants to be bullied. She wants people to rage bait her and tease her and stuff like that.
She
and
just
treat her
wants to be a
normally.
rage baiter.
Yeah, no, I mean she wants to be rage baited too. No one can rage bait her. They're too scared.
I don't. That's the thing. Like, she's not. She doesn't want that because she's unrage baitable. She is the rage baiter.
I am just
Like, if you
so
try,
happy.
she'll fucking whip you into shape immediately with her rage bait.
She wants people to try.
Also, when we finally saw her open her eyes, I literally screamed and peeked my mic because I'm like, oh my gosh, her eyes are
Oh my
gorgeous.
God.
Seeing the like meteor shower, essentially, like the stars falling within her eyes, like the pupils, like the attention to detail in her eyes are so gorgeous. And I just love her so much. I'm never gonna get over the fact that we have Columbina playable, and sorry, I'm so happy. Yay. So, and I especially, again, appreciate that we've come full circle on what does it mean to have a name, how your name, quite literally, like what a name means, and the fate of a name in Tavat, and your, the fate of an individual carrying a specific name in Tavat, and what a home means, or what home means. So yeah, I'm so happy, and I love how they, I just love how they handled Columbina, so I'm really happy. Excuse my gushing.
No, you're so good. I have so much I could talk about in terms of like how Genshin is handling the idea of like names and like the fact that Columbina's name is Columbina because all of the people she considers precious in her life have given it meaning over like the years. And like she realizes this after she goes on that journey to discover it. It's like literally the meaning is in the journey. Literally the meaning is in the journey. It's so beautiful, it's so poetic. And like not to make everything about Flynn's, but I think Flynn's actually has a kind of backstory, being like a Snowland Fae that heavily parallels Columbina with like finding his own anchor and like the meaning of an identity and a name and stuff like that. Like there's so much there's so many similarities between them, and I don't know. I love them both so much. I think that they hit at such amazing themes.
Oh, Columbina. Let's go. My Bina Bean. Yay. Oh, but I didn't want to detract too much from other topics we maybe want to talk about, but I feel like it'd be very remiss if we didn't talk about the star herself, Columbina. So, yeah. This is so cool. Oh, actually, I'm curious. This is just more of a, like, silly question. Of the Three Moon Sisters, did you have a preference in terms of which design you liked best? Or did you like all of them? Or did any of their designs actually, like, stand out to you at all? Or no? I'm curious.
Sonnet.
Yeah, I really like
Sonnet.
Sonnet too. Sonnet's really cute. Just
Okay, let me take a look at their names again. 1 second. I think it might have been Sonnet is the youngest one, right?
the pink-haired one.
Sonnet's pink.
Yeah, I hated her.
Oh my
Annoying.
Oh my god. I think of when
She
Canon
was so insufferably yappy. I hate her.
didn't Canon mention like that Sonnet speaks a lot when she gets excited or something like that. It
Yeah,
really
like,
gave like
she's
older
like-
sister like
yeah,
oh my
she's
gosh,
just-
she talks a lot.
she is a yapper. Yeah, she just annoyed me a lot because of all the yapping. I do remember pretty specifically being annoyed at her level of immaturity. I'm just like, you've been alive for thousands of years old. Why do you still act like this?
I think it's also, but I feel like that adds to the tragedy of her unfortunately succumbing to the abyss, like falling into the abyss as well. Knowing her fate. Oh my gosh, she's sleeping. You're sleeping.
We're eating.
But-
Get over here and eat with us.
I think that's what makes it all the more heartbreaking, because the one that is the most naive is the one that unfortunately falls in such a way it becomes a Crimson Moon. Also, it hasn't been remiss on me that both Freether, the young girl who was speaking to Tholindis, and Sonnet have pink hair. So I do see you Hoyoverse having girls with pink hair in connection to the Crimson Moon, but I digress. Also, for the three of them like having such unique designs, I liked all of them. I'm torn between canon and sonnet, but I will say a part of me also wishes they didn't necessarily have like so much of a humanoid appearance. Like I kind of wanted them to be more
Mhm.
otherworldly in a way, but I suppose from a like maybe poetic sense as to why they just have a humanoid avatar.
Well, I feel
I
like
think I
Men of
liked them the
Lithin,
most. Hmm.
Men of Lithin might have something to do with that because Men of Lithin was kind of about the dragons creating humans, right? So I think it kind of makes sense for the Moon Sisters to have like a human like persona, just given that's the kind of lore they're they're setting up. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's like there's nothing wrong with them being humanoid, but I guess it would have been more interesting or interesting in a different way if they were like maybe a little bit less human or more uncanny or something, especially since they've been stuck in their moon prison for thousands of years.
Also, can we talk about the fact that Nibelung was like, okay, you betrayed me. You're going to be in this time prison forever. Like, hello? That's, oh my goodness. Finding out that it's actually a prison was so haunting. I get so sad thinking about that. Of course, Columbina granted them like a full end, but it still was just like, oh my gosh, that's mm, so
I
sorry.
wish the only thing that I didn't like about the ending is that I almost wish like we had seen them because like their end is like that they're coming back to Tevat to kind of like take a look at it before they disappear completely, right? I kind of wish a little bit more time was spent on that. I feel like it would have been very sweet to see that
Oh, that's
instead of like, yeah, instead of like seeing Revere's ugly ass face again, we could have seen the sisters see how Tevat has changed with time.
oh my goodness.
That the people were doing pretty okay. I think that would have been nice and satisfying instead of them just fading.
It's pretty interesting that like they made the decision to just kind of give everything up for their sister that they just met in that moment, and it's like I understand it after I went back over it, but at first I was like, this is a big decision to make, so like almost on impulse. But I guess like they really didn't have a choice because otherwise they'd be stuck there.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Like,
It's
they
not.
really
It's
didn't
not
have a
like
choice.
give up everything for their sister, but like, what are they even giving up? They're just perpetually in prison. There's nothing they can do about it, right? It's like there's nothing to give up in a way, apart
Yeah.
from like an eternity of, I guess. I mean, not maybe not suffering, but still in a way suffering because they're just stuck.
They came back far in the past, not in our time, yeah.
Also, I don't mean to detract from the moon series, but I look at the environment of Amsvartnir and I see the prisms and the what appear they're not constellations, but they are like points, like the little uh prisms we see. Whenever I see them, I just think of like information, like memory fragments and shards. Uh and I also think of Skirk when she does her idol and sits and we see shards of like memories that she keeps, the crystals, and I'm like, I will connect
Do
this
you think
somehow.
of her weapon? Do you think of
Perhaps,
her weapon?
perhaps, me.
Because when you were running around earlier, Skirk, and I just gotta look at her weapon. I don't have either. I was just kind of like, oh, those look familiar. They look like the thing in this castle.
Yeah, like
There's definitely something to talk about with like how there's like constellation effects that are obviously light element coming up. And it
mhm.
reminds me of like Paimon the Traveler stuff, and then also like
Yeah,
sacred geometry, by the way.
yeah, like like I get like you look at the. I'm sorry, like me when a Genshin player looks at shapes, like I literally just get so excited because I'm like, look, these are memory shards, crystalline energy. I think of the name card that's been in the game since 1.0 about how we don't count past 7, and like I think
No, you're
they're
still right
connected.
though.
I think they're all connected in a way that my brain can't explain, but I'm just the meme of this is all connected, but I just can't prove it yet. I will connect it.
It'll come together. It'll come together.
So sorry.
6-7.
But
No. Oh, fucking Gen Z, bro.
That was the funniest no I've ever heard. That made it entirely worth it to say.
yeah, like I look at these shards around Skirk and her idol, and she's sitting. Like you can't convince me that, like, oh, sorry, I know she's meditating right now, but I just get so excited. Yippee! 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 But
Did
I
we
also
talk about everything?
this is actually a good question. Have we?
Wait, sorry, what was the question?
No, we haven't talked about the world formula, and we also haven't talked about the traveler
The
skin
skin lore.
lore.
Oh god. Oh god. Oh my god. The skin lore.
An
Oh my
interesting
god.
one.
Oh my god.
So, which do we want to start with?
Chat. Chat. Which one do we start with, chat? Do you want to hear about the world formula, or do you want to hear about traveler skin lore?
The girls are communicating. They're resting.
Pull on it.
We're eeping.
They're eeping. They're eeping.
Okay, I'll
It's
put a
nap time,
poll.
everybody.
They're eeping in the land of the angels. Yes, this is a sentence.
I wish this idol was forever. Like, I hate the fact that
Duration 1 minute.
Lunatar
Go.
fucking wakes her up.
Okay. Poll started.
Can we talk about Lunatar being her, by the way? Like a fragment of her? Oh my gosh.
I know some people may not enjoy this, but I will always be a fan of insert being here, have a fragmented part of themselves, anchoring them to the present or to the world in some means. Like, I'm so sorry. I eat it up every time. But also, I love that Columbina presented herself as Lunatar, and she's been with us this entire time, like in such a way. Sorry. Lunatar is Paimon.
Yeah, no, I subscribe to that theory, by the way. I really think there's something with that theory. Like, what we've been learning about, like, the deadly selves, and then also, like, Columbina's story, like, leaving, like, an anchor of herself. I swear it's gonna link back to the overarching story in Teyvat, and it's hard to figure out what part of it is going to line up with what piece, like, you know, what lore at the moment, but it's like, oh my gosh. They're setting the dominoes up, I swear it. There are themes, there are patterns.
You sound like a conspiracy theorist, but you're right.
Look at the three girlies.
So it's the way that the girlies are sleeping. The girlies are sleeping, and Flint wants to insert himself. Sir, I'm gonna need for you to become a lantern, or you can't be in this shot. I will give you like 10 seconds.
Oh no.
If you are not a lantern, if you are not a lantern in the next like 10 seconds.
Ladies, please.
He's like, ladies, please, just pretend I'm not here.
I'm gonna eat him alive. Oh my god.
True.
Oh my gosh.
There we go.
He's a lantern.
Perfect.
Yeah, this is exactly what
As
I wanted.
Intended.
And now Skirk is like, all right, well, because he took too long. Good for her. He waits for no one. But like, I'm actually curious to see the results of this poll. But I meant to add on to your comment on this earlier. I do think certain animation should just persist forever. Like, I think of Nahida's swing animation. I'm pretty sure that's forever unless you physically move. So
No. I think she stops after a few minutes. Like, it's a pretty long one, but she does stop, unfortunately.
Arlecchino also has a very the way that Flint is like, I will not be ignored. I will be here as well.
Address me.
Address me. Address me. And it's like, sir? Sir? But no, they should have a toggle for the idols, because in Millie Astra, you can just activate your emotes whenever you want. But here, you can only do like the base, like the 3 that they give you. Standing shouldn't even be an emote because your character naturally stands. So I do agree. And I don't know. I just also Flynn's. This is the pastel posse right now, so I'm gonna need for you to like back up a bit, like Flynn. But oh,
Lynn's is fine.
oh yeah, he's fine. I'm teasing.
Yeah, yeah.
I love Flynn's dearly. Even though one of my friends so coldly said the reason you like Flynn so much is because he's Zhongli in different font, which you shush.
Wrong.
But I do wrong.
Quite wrong, but okay.
Hello Kitty girls versus solo leveling guy. Yeah, the solo leveling guy is
my
Stirk. The solo leveling guy is
Oh my
Stirk.
god.
It's true.
Okay.
Lynn's and Columbina are definitely the Hello Kitty girls.
Sorry, now I'm picturing. Wait,
I don't even know what to pull out here.
No, you're fine, you're fine. You're perfect. Why won't my Columbina go back to sleep? Oh my god.
well, she's very. Oh my god, that sentence. Why would she go to? Oh goodness. Oh, speaking of address me, Zhongli. Okay. So I don't. I think I'll wait for the poll, and then like after the poll, after this next section, talk about. Zhongli,
I'm
if
pretty
you
sure
want to.
Sandrone won the poll. It was only a minute long.
Okay, I just didn't know because I didn't see it. Well, it finished. Goodness. Okay. So, Sandrone's world formula. I also want to say right now that she is currently not here, but Drew made an excellent video about the world formula. And actually goes into detail too about the chemical mirage and its relation to it. But I find the idea that we used the world formula from the Nartzenkreuz World Quest series to bring Columbina back fascinating. Even though there are still elements to it that it's like, how exactly did that happen?
Yeah,
I really do.
That part is a little bit odd
like
to me.
Yeah, it's like
sure.
really hazy because we don't have like a definitive answer for it. We can just try and piece things together with chemical mirage details, which admittedly I'm very, very fuzzy about because I can't go into the exact details of. But I still liked that the world formula in itself, to me, and the chemical, I said mirage, marriage is more or less like a giant alchemical array that brought her back. So
Can we talk about this thing in Notland, by the way? In the world formula?
Where are you now?
The drawing hide and seek, come find me. The drawing that Sandrone made of the world formula as she was like devising it. Also, like, can we talk about how Renee like predicted the apocalypse and like the freaking Book of Revealing has that scary like destroyed space and like literally like Sandrone like derived the world formula from their research. Like that's actually terrifying. And can we talk about how it's very likely that the Tsaritsa is working with Totore because they knew that Sandrone would derive the world formula and that was her role as a harbinger, and now the Tsaritsa has the world formula.
Oh my god, you're so cute. Sorry, that's distracting.
Sorry, it's like
that's
Genshin
so cute.
OC. One day I'll have an outfit with her. Yeah. But no, I think this is such an interesting statue that they gave us in like before we like even like sorry, this is just really, really exciting because like unfortunately again I can't really speak on more of the world formula just from what has already been revealed, but I think that yeah, it's just like interesting. I can't really say too much more. Also, cute. So yeah, I can't.
You're both adorable.
We know who spent money. Would you believe me if I said I did a 10 pull and I got this outfit?
What?
Yeah.
I believe it.
I did a 10 pull and I got this outfit.
That's crazy.
I know a person who did a 10 pull and just got 2 of the recent Chinese New Year outfit and so just instantly got the recolor of it. I hate people who are lucky.
I'm sorry. But
Why
yeah,
does this statue look like the world formula though?
that's a good question. And also, why is it in Natlan?
Yeah, what are the Asha doing?
Like, why is this in Natlan? Also, why does Hopperim still have the pyronosis?
It's true.
Why does she still have that? Address me.
I'm scared. I'm scared.
So, because the thing is, the Tsaritsa's going to get the Gnosis one of two ways. Unless somehow Malika agrees to hand it over. Like, through some means. I genuinely am questioning why she has it. Why this is here in Natlan. And what more, because I don't think we're done with the world formula. Don't. Because I think, like, because we still need more context as to how exactly. Because even in the, like, the recap for the how the world formula was exactly done, they use, you know, vague language like for reasons unknown or somehow kind of like through. Wait, no, because Columbina says through some method that Sandrone used to bring me back. So even then, there isn't like an explicit. This is exactly what happened and how she did it. So. Yeah, sorry.
I am very pleasantly surprised that the world quests are actually starting to become relevant in the main quest, so that's been nice.
Just stares at
The
Nordkai's
Fontaine
world
ones
quest
are-
and Snezhnaya.
Yeah.
It's like the Fontaine series of world quests has been my favorite, and I'm like, you guys are talking about it for real? Like it's canon.
Like the fact that we spent like
amazing.
Like the way that we spent like what, an hour and a half or more just Sandrone going over the formula and experiencing like those like the fail, like her extensively going into detail, like why doesn't this work, what are we not seeing, like and then the fact that she used both Renee and Alan's like their work together to bring back the trilunar moon, the triloon goddess. Like that's so like, oh my god, it's so good. But again, like
Imagine
there's
what Renee and Elaine could have achieved together if they weren't just dumb babies.
Man.
I love them.
Sad.
I love them so much.
It's so good. And again, I'm really, really happy that we're having world quests implemented, or saying implemented, like they're being referenced in the story extensively now, like the main story extensively now. Like I really, really appreciate that, because even though it hurt my brain a lot of the time, and there are even elements of the Narcissus and Kreutz world quests that I need to go over thoroughly, I really love when they bring up world quests or archive book collections, entries, certain items that we otherwise, like to those who are very interested in Tabat's world building, that it's front and center now. And they stated that, not cry, that they wanted to do that more. So in like knowledge of this, going into Snezhnaya, I'm really curious about what's about to happen. So yeah, I'm just really excited. And I love this. Ah. Oh, and I love this track too. It's really good. I still haven't 100% this area. Shout out Bennett.
Same. I mean, I rarely 100% anything.
I have had to take some time specifically to sit down and 100% a couple of areas from like the last couple of years, because I didn't even have like, I finished all the Remuria quests, but not all of the exploration, so I've had to get that done. I need me some gems for my Dottore C6, obviously.
I need Varka! I need Varka in my account.
I need Nicole in my account. Like, I need my angel. Like,
I need them to stop. I need them to stop making likable characters and not cry, because I'm fucking tired of pulling. I love it. Like, I hate but love also when they keep releasing poopy garbage characters, because then I don't have to pull them and I can save gems for ones that I actually like. But Nodcry has had too many. Like, I want to pull Varka, I want Nicole, I want the Sandrone when she comes, of course, the Dottore.
Label Dottore, I feel, is not. That is never a sentence that should be uttered. He should not be allowed.
What are you talking about? His silhouette is on the list. What are you guys doing?
Yeah, you'll get
Definitely wasn't
playable.
Sandra Runner.
You'll get playable Dotare right next to playable Rare, and it'll be so fun for you. Smile.
Stop it.
No, but in all seriousness, I don't want to sidetrack us too much. But while we're here, I'm still waiting for Mari Javari because we also really need to address the
No,
Bakudala
for real.
and like how
Yeah.
Venti blew
Yeah.
like the Bakud like that off the timeline. Like I feel feel like that
Mhm.
also
When
needs to be
are we
addressed.
getting? When are we getting that?
Like,
Actually,
ain't no
like,
way that we're only getting it as like part of a little world quest that we can only essentially like do once.
no,
There's
no,
way.
because he said they're
Like,
gonna
we
give
need
us like
more.
proper expansion. They
Yeah.
said
Yeah,
they
yeah,
would,
yeah, like,
and
we
I
should.
thought it was
Yeah.
coming with Notecry, but like, when is it actually coming? Like, hello, where is it?
Yeah, like I'm still fucking waiting, but we've
May?
been waiting for Dorman Port for 3,000 years now. So like,
I'll be honest. I need for Dorman Port to give me like giga lore because Mari Javari, I feel like I'm gonna be drowning it. Because yeah. So also Enjo, yeah. Enjo's story also isn't over.
Yeah.
So well.
I need more Enjo, especially with the lore drop at the very end that we got for him. Like, you can't just leave it there. He was
we
just our
talk
funny
about-
little guy, but now.
Like, can we talk about how Enjo and Flins can both like gain the memories of something by like absorbing them from an object in some way? Is that not wild?
It reminds me of how Zhongli and Ajdaha can learn history from stone and like all of the like memories as well. So, and I will not go on to a tangent about Zhongli right now. I can't for my mental health. I can't. I just wanted to add to that.
Enjo is a fae?
I wonder what he is because he's definitely a time anomaly. I don't know if he was a human before or if he was also a fae. I really don't know. At this point, it feels
also
like
my husband. But...
And this is like an entirely different conversation to have, but it feels like all of the like mythological like creatures throughout like different regions might actually have similar origins. In the end of it all, like, creations of the angels, which were creations of the heavenly principles, and so I'm very curious to see where they're gonna go with that because yeah.
Once again, I bring up, if anyone is ever confused about Genshin lore, or they want to explain something, you can say Istaroth, you can say the Abyss, or you can say the Moons. Like, there are different things you can say. Something Istaroth, question mark? But also...
Timey-wimey shenanigans, I guess.
It's also like with Enjo, like, what is Enjo? Yes. What is Zhongli?
Yes.
Yes. I say that for my mental health. Yeah. But yeah. Oh wait.
A simple yes will do.
But also, before we forget, we want to talk about the traveler skin lore at all? Or
do not touch me. Do not talk to me. Yes, I do. But
I was like, is that a no? I don't know.
No, it's a yes.
Bit.
Wait, can I not enter here in co-op? Hello?
No.
The portal's not here in co-op.
Oh, it's too strong.
I think the more violently Leah reacts to something, the more she actually wants to talk about it.
Because I was like really concerned, and I'm like, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make anyone
touch
uncomfortable.
me. Pulls out notes.
I didn't mean to make anyone uncomfortable.
I'm going to the Pillar of Embla.
I will also just... Oh, wait, actually, I'm gonna go to the letter in a time capsule while you were here.
On the wing and carries. Yeah, this letter is crazy, by the way. This is like insane.
It really gives me the same vibes as the Tower of Ipsimus? I always forget how to pronounce it. Like that little plot right before it sinks forever and you just don't have it anymore. It's giving that.
Oh, that's so upsetting.
Thankfully I took screenshots, so I'll have it.
Yeah, it's just like that. I really enjoyed. I didn't do that quest for a very long time, and I always really enjoyed seeing that tower in the background. Like, that was one of my favorite features. So then when it disappeared, I'm like, you guys, you can't be serious. Like, this was such a beautiful standout section of the map, and now it's just gone. bring it back, please.
Okay, so we like to begin talking about the heavenly principles. Awesome. Do we want to talk about the traveler skin lore? I feel like this is like one of the hottest topics I think the Genshin community has been discussing recently.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I actually don't think that the Heavenly Principles is the ship's AI. I think the Heavenly Principles use the ship's AI after, So there's an artifact set that was also released this patch, and I forget the name of it, it's the blue one. But if you read that, and then compare it to the Traveler skin lore, I actually feel like it's pretty enlightening. But yeah, I think it's very clear, no matter what theory you subscribe to, that the world was terraformed using the genetic data bank that was on the Traveler's ship. Like, no matter if you think that the AI was literally the Heavenly Principles, or the Heavenly Principles was like a god that used the AI, like basically, I think we can deduce comfortably that the planet in question that was terraformed is in fact that by the ship's AI. And then when you connect it to the artifact set that Grim like kindly linked in chat, they actually refer to the Traveler's spaceship as an arc, by the way. Which Honkai Third fans have a lot to say about that, by the way. Project Arc, hello.
Wow. So
also Tevat means arc in Hebrew.
I personally just found it very curious for the Travelers. Me definitely overthinking, or it may be coincidence, but the fact that the ship's AI disconnected its idea association module, I found that curious because idea association module, the first letters of that is I am. And I am makes me think not only makes me think of I I have no mouth and must scream, the military supercomputer that took over the world, an AI that became incredibly malicious to humanity. The game that goes into further detail about that has Am, which is the most cruel like AI to ever exist. Like that reference, and then also like I am that I am, the biblical reference. So I don't know, maybe there's a connection there with I am that I am being one of the three responses that Moses gave to God. So I feel there could be something there. Maybe I'm just overthinking, but so yeah. Anyway. But
No,
yeah.
definitely an interesting lore drop with the outfits.
And I also think so. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was here. Go on. I need to formulate my thought a little bit.
No, it's more so. I like the idea or concept of the heavenly principles being AI, but it's not a definitive. Oh, it absolutely is. I think there are many things that purposefully could lean into that, but it also is really a red herring kind of situation where it like the heavenly principles being AI would be a bit too convenient, but also I think it's very, I'm not going to say irresponsible because that's not what I want to say, but as Leah had mentioned previously, in some manner, shape, or form, the AI absolutely was used when terraforming Tevat, because this is too, like, you can't read this and not conclude in some way that it has affected Tevat. And then I go thinking about, well, even if it wasn't the AI, or if we do want to assume it's AI, I do believe that through some means with the incredibly powerful resources that do exist on Tevat, I think it's completely possible for an AI to become incredibly powerful and be able to presumably fragment itself and do so much through the world. So, I don't know, it makes me think a lot about the firmament or false sky and where the travelers came from, who created this AI. If the heavenly principles is not AI, them using this, like, how are they able to, like, I just have many more questions that I have answers. So, sorry.
So, so I was going through the artifact set last night, the one that Grim linked in chat, and there's some really interesting kind of like follow-up answers, to be honest. There's like actual answers in the artifact set. But of course it's worded in such a cryptic way, you have to like really read through it to figure out what the heck it's saying. But the image I get reading through this artifact set is that we know there's a supernova, right?
Correct.
We also know that the abyss is outside the firmament. And so like there's these threats to Tevat that were present, and even like the dragon lords of like the old world, like the sovereigns and everyone, like they were, the artifact set describes that there was dread outside the world. So like there was this sense that the world was going to come to an end. There was like some finality. And like Nibelung went out in search of you know, a power that could protect everyone. And the artifact said, maybe correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like it implies that Nibelung was searching for like a power not to like dispel the heavenly principles, because they actually lived like peacefully side by side for a while, but actually to protect Tevat. And then what ended up happening was Nibelung came back with the abyss and like was going on like a rampage, and the artifact set
Everyone
is
else was
implying.
not a fan.
Let me find the excerpt, because it's really interesting, and I don't know what to think about things anymore after reading this. Let me find the excerpt. As they had hoped, the great ruler of the firmament spurned the destroyer veiled in black mist. No doubt, through its long voyage across the shadowed realms, it had witnessed countless stars meet their end. Oh no, that's when the moons chose to align with the heavenly principles. Where is this? Where is this part? Oh, the sun's fierce light swept the heavens clean, but the freshly forged throne still reserved a place in the sky for the three sisters of the moonlit night. Perhaps by its design, even a world where the elements surge in perfect order still needed tides. The lectors of 30 Nights knew that alone they could not protect this lonely, desolate planet from the inevitable doom that approached. So there was some doom coming to Tevat, and the heavenly principles terraformed everything, but still chose to keep the moons in the sky, and they were like basically like working together for a while. And honestly, the feather I'm reading from the feather from this artifact set. In general, the lore of this is insane. Before the coming of the final extinction, no victor in the struggle of good and evil could be worse than the doom of falling together into eternal oblivion. So, like, and to me, I just think of the little buddy world quests in Notsland, where, like, Kukulkan, like, set up, like, the option for our little guy to, like, decide whether, is it better, you know, in all the strife and horror of the world and, like, its history and everything, is it better to just, like, doom everyone to like nothingness, just like completely make a blank slate and like erase everything and destroy everything, or is it better for everything to continue even though there's evilness in the world still? And like the artifact set really links up with that, because it's like whether good or bad wins, like neither of those options could be worse than just everyone dying and everything being nothing. And so there's a lot of implications that the lesser of two evils was chosen. Perhaps their former lord, shrouded in mist, would never find the answer, or perhaps that answer was already at hand. And so their former lord is Nibelung, shrouded in mist is the abyss. And it sounds like he was looking for the answer to the question posed in the previous line, which is like, is it better for good or evil to win, or for everyone to die? And then the last part of the line, or perhaps that answer was already at hand, is like, the answer Nibelung chose was for everyone to die and be doomed to the encroaching threat from beyond Tevat. And so it paints a really interesting picture, that like the heavenly principles are obviously bad and colonized the planet and did awful things and terraformed everything, but at the same time they put up the firmament to protect Tevat from whatever doom was just going to completely envelop like the planet whole. And I know people have been talking about old Mondstadt parallels to
Decarabian,
like
Heavenly Principle.
Dick Arabian and everything. Like that is going to parallel Endgame. I actually think it's going to parallel Endgame like so hard because
I mean,
the
like just because she
Dick
put a
Arabian is the
firmament
same.
up and she's protecting it, but that's just like she's just protecting her work though. So like,
Well, like
and doesn't
exactly. It's like
yeah.
it's literally like Dick Arabian putting up the walls for old Mondstadt. He was a tyrant and he was deciding what things should be like, what life should be like, and not giving humanity a chance to do things for themselves. And so like, and the artifact set actually talks about this because the moons decided to work with heavenly principles, but they didn't know that that would create the heavenly principles quote unquote eternity, the same eternity that we see Raiden A chasing in Inazuma. So what I'm trying to say is that like this artifact set actually contextualizes a lot of the Traveler skin lore. Like it's really interesting because the spaceship is referred to as an ark.
Also, not to detract from the theory crafting and detail, but I love that I've been taking a picture of Lumine and Aether in their new skins, and there has just been a wild fae in the background, exploring.
I'm sorry, I'm
It's
running
very
around.
good.
It's so
No,
cute.
you're
It's
perfect.
actually so funny, and I've been recording.
I'll stay here.
What? You're very close to the camera, actually. I don't know.
I'll stand right here.
It's super cute. You're just like you're lecturing us, but also simultaneously like hyperactive in the background.
I can't believe that Flynn's would just obscure Lumine like that. That's so mean. And now he's just so rude. But no, in all seriousness, I had like in my lore video, I discussed how like the possibility of the heavenly principles being AI, but then also once, as you said, once you read the Abad of Morning Star and Moon, like it really gives more. That's not the right tab. More insight there, and I once again will be rereading that. Also, the fact that it mentions the Aryan Heart realm, which we learned from Fischl, but that's a whole different discussion that I won't get into. I just know Rue is excited somewhere. But like, I really, really like when they give us more of these artifacts after they present like even more lore to like, you know, just better contextualize, things. So
Some
yeah,
context.
it's like I will be going through this thoroughly again in detail, because there's just genuinely a lot to go through this patch, I believe, and even in regards to reviewing. So what you mentioned, I firmly agree with in regards to that theory. Oh hey, it's 3 Descenders.
Oh my goodness.
It's 3 Descenders. Look at that.
Literally though.
Descenders.
I definitely
one of
think
the
it's
interesting
really...
things that
Oh no, go on.
Oh, I was just gonna say like one of the interesting things that I do find about the costume lore and whatever is I guess that's like one of the theories that I've run across is that it's kind of an implication that like Tevat was created for the siblings perhaps, and it's like could explain why they have such, like the Traveler has such a great influence over it, tying back to Dotori pointing out the whole like how is it that every time somebody interacts with you they just like mellow out and they go to your side. And it's like
actually,
one of the theories. Yeah, because like that is a very legitimate thing to point out. And it's like really frustrating actually in some ways. So like I almost hate it as an excuse for the way that some of the characters are written in the game and the way they side with him. But I guess it would like explain things if like the world was just straight up created for them. So of course they're going to be beloved and heroes and everyone is going to like adore them everywhere they go, even if they don't like do very much to deserve it. And like Aether is straight up like kind of an asshole sometimes and people are still like, oh my god, he's so amazing, Traveler, a favorite.
I think it's interesting that you mentioned this because, like, I actually really like this point. I feel like it is the only explanation that could make sense for why beings in Teyvat are naturally drawn to the Traveler. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
there is like the whole idea that like the stars in general might have a natural attraction to them. Like in Varus Melancholy, it kind of talks about this. By the way, shout out to Varus Melancholy. I think you're going to be relevant in the future. Um,
Always
but
relevant.
actually, though, but like
Yeah.
I really do think that like the Traveler has a natural pull to them. We've known since 1.x, and
Yeah.
we're finally learning why, and it just makes a lot of sense. Like the world was literally created for them, one way or another. Whether the heavenly principles is literally the ship's AI, or if the ship's AI is being used by the heavenly principles.
Is Paimon perhaps? But yeah, I don't know. It's like in some ways it's kind of it is an explanation, which is nice, but on the other hand, it's like I'm not sure if I'm a big fan of the way that that is going as a kind of excuse to why everybody becomes our friend and truly changes their behavior for our sake all the time. It's kind of like it's an explanation, but on the other hand, is this an explanation that came about after they decided to
Probably not.
like make ether kind of self-insertable?
No, I think they had the big themes of Genshin planned out when they started the game. Like when you think about like game
Probably.
dev
It's
stuff,
just like
like
it,
this stuff has
yeah.
been hinted at
It
from the
feels
start.
it unfortunately does kind of feel like a cheap excuse though for why everyone has to be their friend and why everybody kind of forgets their own goals. Because it's like one of the issues with Nodcry, for example, so far is like some of the characters, like Sandrone, kind of forgetting why they're there and their own goals and what they're meant to be doing to instead like side with him and help him. So I'm still kind of like what happened to colonizer Sandrone? What happened to Welcome to Nodcry, the Dominion of the Fatui, and all of that, and like her war with the Scions and stuff? It's just kind of like,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
she mellowed
Actually,
out, and like Dotori's very correct for pointing out that everyone he interacts with just seems to start siding with him. But it also, I don't know, it
I
feels like a bit of a
actually
cheap excuse
disagree a
for
bit.
why.
Yeah, I actually disagree a little bit because for me, especially in regards to Sandrone, if you remember that one scene with like Child Arlecchino and etc., there was a mention of like the Tsaritsa planning to attack Nordcry, and one really important part of Nordcry's lore is that the Lightkeepers actually were responsible for negotiating with the Tsaritsa for independence for Nordcry, I believe. Um, like the Lightkeepers made a deal with the Tsaritsa, and she decided to leave them alone, and so they became like kind of autonomous in some ways. But it sounds like she was planning on basically coming through and attacking Old Cry at some point, and ended up
Yeah.
not doing that because of the things going on here. And I think maybe Sandrone was kind of assigned for that purpose at first. Like maybe that's why she was building this giant puppet army or whatever. Like maybe she was
Yeah.
given a really bad, like nasty task, and that's why she was so awful at first. Like
It's just
whatever,
like it's a
man.
plot point that seems to have been kind of shoved aside and forgotten for
I
the sake of
no,
like
but
I understand that like she wants to team up against Dotori. Like for her personally, that is more important, I guess, than whatever task she's been given. But it's also like it's a weird one because they introduce her as like someone who is at war with Lauma and her people,
yeah,
and
but
then that just suddenly disappears.
I actually like don't like agree that it was like shoved aside. I think it's more that because Sandrone's decisions were not really because of the Traveler, they were because of Columbina and what she learned about
Oh
what
yeah,
was
yeah, no,
happening with
it's not
Columbina.
necessarily yeah, like it's not necessarily the traveler that like directly influenced that, but it's just kind of like it's still an overarching theme of like those antagonistic qualities kind of disappearing and them ending up working together.
I think it's kind of how Genshin is writing their story. Like the antagonists are antagonists because there's like a knowledge gap, and then they fill that knowledge gap, and then they redirect their plans towards something that is both more pragmatic and morally upright. And I don't think it's like a bad thing. I think that's just kind of the story Genshin's telling, um, where like the whole world is going to unite, and the traveler has, at the forefront of that is trying to understand every bit about the world, whether it's like an evil person or not, because like every evil person has a gray area, and every good person also has a gray area. Like there's like a middle ground, whether you're like quote unquote good or bad. Um, like no one who is purely made of the light element is going to be entirely good. There are still plenty of like badness and people not touched by the abyss. And the abyss can also be used for good. And it's just kind of interesting because the world building would have you think that it's black and white the other way around. But
it
like
just feels as it is a bit of a cheap way to explain why everyone is drawn to the traveler so much. I'm not a big fan of this, like, the world was created for them in the first place type thing.
I mean
That's
that's fair.
That's
I think
fair,
it's
yeah.
fair to feel that way. I definitely think it's fair. I just
Yeah.
for Syndrome specifically, I definitely think her changing her plans was more about what was going on with Columbina and like learning the truth of like what was going on in Oldcry in general, and being like, okay, so like whatever I was assigned to do does not actually matter. Like what do you mean Dottore is doing all this? Like hello, I always thought he was weird.
Well, yeah, like her
So-
personally, yeah, but it's just kind of then the watering down of the antagonist is starting to get a little bit repetitive and frustrating. But I guess we have an
I get that.
explanation as to why.
Yeah, I think this is the kind of story Genshin's trying to tell, where like they're gonna keep introducing antagonists, but they're gonna find some way to not necessarily redeem them, but to get like find some common ground, even if they're not redeemable.
Yeah. I just wish
I
it wasn't so often, you know what I mean? Like some of them getting
Yeah.
redeemed and changing their ways and having development makes perfect sense, especially when it's been set up over a very long period of time. But some of them are a little bit quick and not necessary. Like it doesn't have to happen to every character.
I think the reason why it's happening to every character is because of the overarching story they're trying to tell in the end. And so it has to happen to every character. That's kind of my read on it. Like it's just that kind of story. Yeah, it is what it is. Like it's either you like it or you don't. But I think that's the trope they're leaning into.
Yeah.
I'm actually like deep in writing while listening to either of you discuss that, but I think how you feel is completely fair, and I think you are completely in your right to be very critical of how it is being.
Yeah. Yeah. And interesting in concept, this world being created for them. And I want to see more of like how that continues. But yeah, definitely some of the things about it are like a little bit convenient, perhaps, for lack of a better word. So yeah, we'll have to see how that continues.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious if we're ever going to get like a villain that's like a true villain. I mean, there
It's
are plenty of
Dottore,
villains that are
Smile.
true villain. Yeah, like no, okay. Let me clarify.
Yeah, like
what I mean.
the Tory like
No, no,
should
no, no,
be
no,
a
no, 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 no.
villain's
Let me
villain.
clarify
but
what I mean.
No,
Hold on.
wait. Oh, okay.
No, because I don't want people to be mad at me and get the wrong idea. Let me clarify what I mean. Like I think there have been true villains, but I think like when I say true villain, I mean like someone that is going to live and die as antagonists and not come onto the same page as the heroes in the long run. Because I think we haven't really seen a lot of that, and I think that a lot of our current villains are going to be on the same side as us, even if we're still like on rocky terms with them. So
I also
I'm
wish they
curious
would
when we're going to get
do-
a villain that's We're just gonna
and it would be nice
destroy
if
and
they did
blow.
a little bit more villainy with like playable characters or important ones and not just NPCs, because there's plenty of NPCs who just
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
like
yeah.
die nasty and like aren't
Oh yeah, they are.
aren't redeemed, but like they're not doing that with anybody even remotely playable because they're determined for like the friendship angle before you can pull them or something. Like even with
I don't even know
Torre,
if it's
who
friendship.
should be so irredeemable and terrible and whatever, they have already years ago started setting up stuff for him with the whole like monster analogy and not fitting in and him being exiled and misunderstood and him genuinely wanting family according to Columbina, even just not understanding how it truly works and stuff like that. So like they're already heading that direction with him. And if anything, it might be like one of his segments or whatever who's like gonna defect or be pullable or whatnot. But like they've already long ago started setting up an arc for him that is maybe not necessarily like, oh, he'll be fully redeemed, but like he will be explained and he's not gonna remain just like a villain, which would be nice to see.
Tetris, you say her name was Signora. I have bad news. I swear she's being set up for a revival. I
Oh, she will
swear
be,
it.
yeah,
And like
Yeah.
they're already like determining like that Arlecchino and Columbina and Sandrone had like kind of like a familial ties with her.
I've been screaming about Senora Rez like for years. Day one, Senora Believer, but also she's never been a villain. She has been unpleasant, but she's not any more of like she's not a crazy villain. She doesn't experiment on
Okay,
children.
Memu, I've been saying since 1.x that Signora was gonna be revived. Like I'm not
literally
part of
gonna be
Signora
revived.
mains, but I've literally
Yeah.
been saying that.
So something that I think is really funny too is that the community joke is like, oh, r/Senora mains or rip Senora mains, like they're just the butt of the joke. But in my heart, I'm like, Senora is coming back and they are going to have the biggest, they're going to have the
Absolutely.
biggest blow up. Like they're going to be, the amount of I told you so's is going to be really, really funny. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like
So,
from the beginning, I've been yelling about the fact that like that for one is like an unsatisfying, unfinished story. Like Senora's story is not done. But yeah, no, they definitely have already, like she wasn't even like, I mean, she's just like a flame. Like how do you kill that? So she'll be back.
I think what's
She'll
interesting
be back.
about like our antagonists ending up working with the good guys in some capacity is that it sheds light on like more light on the quote unquote already good guys actually having a morally gray side to them as well, or straight up like having bad intentions or being evil as well. Like I understand like feeling like it's kind of pointless to go through these stories and get hyped up about villains if they're just gonna come over to the traveler side in the end. Because I get a
Mhm.
little bit of fatigue with this kind of story, but
Yeah. I am
like,
a certified villain lover, so for me it's like painful every time.
mm.
yeah, I understand why they're doing it, but I think it does make like, for example, the Heavenly Principles is very clearly going to be an antagonist, even though they're supposed to like they're the creator of this world, you know, like everyone worships them or whatever. But actually, everyone's afraid of them and wants them to stop controlling people. So it'll be interesting.
Mm.
Mhm.
I'm so
Oh.
uncomfy knowing that out goal. Yeah. I mean, his goal is to remove the shackles upon, you know,
Mhm.
he is
He's
around.
fighting for
I wonder-
equality.
I wonder if he's working with the Tsuritsa or if the Tsuritsa's like using him knowing what he would do.
I think it's a bit of both.
Like, is
I
he
agree with a
actually
bit of
going
both.
to
I agree
be an
with a bit of
antagonist?
both, but I feel like I'm leaning towards more of them working together. Like he's
Mhm.
super high up there. There's no
Right.
reason for her to like not, I don't know, not use him to the best of his ability, and he also would want to do that. So and is also like not stupid, as has been very clearly shown. So like I don't believe in him necessarily being that easily manipulatable, I guess.
Also, I know this is, again, I don't want to detract from the main discussion point right now, but I just want to say I really enjoy talking lore with you all and everyone in chat, comfy and lurking, or, you know, just being here. I just want to say I really, I'm enjoying myself a lot. So,
Oh my goodness.
So it's
I want
actually
to
so
squish
fun. I
squish your
really
face.
enjoy
My
it.
God. Mm-hmm. No,
Yeah.
it's nice to have
I
these
am so
discussions,
glad.
even though they don't happen crazy often. But like, it's always really nice.
See, I'm always
have a-
down to have them. I'm gonna be so much more free because I'm not in classes this semester. So like, if you guys want to talk, I am always here. We don't even have to
Yeah,
plan
yeah.
it. We can just chill and chat.
Mhm.
You
Like,
know.
no joke, like, I get so sad. I'm like, I have to be an adult with a full-time job, but I just want to talk about Genshin lore like so much.
I
Like,
also technically have more free time right now, so like I'm down. More lore.
like, and it's mainly because there are so many different things to talk about. Like, it doesn't even necessarily have to be about like in a very formal, really rigid kind of setting. Just like different lore talks just for silliness. Like, because I think it's the most fun when you just explore and think about topics you've
Yeah.
recently uh like come across or ideas. Like I like this past week, unfortunately, I've been in the Enfield mine, so I've been distracted, but I have desperately been wanting to revisit Reed Miller lore, and I also wanted to genuinely look back at Nod Cry history and start from the as the most beginning, quote unquote, we can up until now, going into the different sections, the different groups that we've been interested in. Like, I have slowly been writing down more notes about Fae history. I've been very, very interested in that. And I'm really, and I've especially been like, I can't tell you how much footage I have of Flynn's and Layla because I have a script in the works for a video, like a Fae history video that I want to talk about. And like, it's stuff like that that I like to talk about. But I know we're primarily focusing on like archon quests right now and like a little bit of things here and there. But like, yeah, I just,
Hear you.
I have a lot of
I don't know.
fun.
It's
There
fine.
is a Fae in front of the traveler.
You already know how I feel about Layla and Flynn's and Fate history and everything. I also need to write and make videos about things because I have so many things to talk about. I have poured over so oh my god.
Like I have.
My sister's gone.
I'm sorry, but like I love Layla. Also, Layla will always forever be like my favorite 4-star design. She is just
Lala is super cute. Yeah.
like I am
I love this
obsessed.
title.
I've been seeing art of Layla and Ilua, and it's really cute. Oh,
Aw.
your Ilua C1? Or
No.
Oh no, your your Lala is C1.
oh, she's C6.
I just did. I didn't have her Steam Shield for a very long time, but I was determined to get friendship and made my friend play co-op with me, and I'm like, oh, I'll be Layla, I'll shield you guys, but I did not have the constellation that did that.
When Layla first came out, I made it my mission to get her C6, and so she's C6. And I literally was in my sweaty meta era because I'm like, I want her to do as much damage as I can with her. But anyway,
Ooh,
like
damage Layla.
I really, really have. I have to put the pieces together, but I firmly want to talk in detail about Fae history and its relation to Tavot, the clear mythological references that they're using, and I don't know. There's a lot of, because I love Fae in general, so I was already in the grave with Flynn's, no pun intended, and so now I'm just like, I need them, like oh.
I mean, we can do like a focus. I mean, I really like having our streams be a little bit lax in terms of subject matter because there's a lot of interconnected things. So I feel like it's almost pointless to try to like lock down to one thing because
absolutely. Not just
the,
one.
like all of it can lead anywhere, but like I mean, unless you just want to keep it to videos, we could try to have like a discussion or a stream that is specifically just Fey history, I guess.
Oh no, because I agree. I think having a discussion that
Yeah.
covers multiple topics is much more fun. At least my opinion, because you're able to, because everything is interconnected in some way, and so I would never want to limit anyone to just like one thing. So like, I think it's really fun. Like I'm in
It's
my
hard to talk about like the Archon quest only without delving into things like the Fontaine world quests, for example.
yeah, and like I'm already tinfoil hat because every time I look at Itlua, I'm like my brain wants to immediately connect you to the Crimson Moon Dynasty because of the red, and I can't.
Hearing the everything, I was just like the first time I looked at it, I'm like, excuse me.
Oh, yeah.
Excuse me, what are you doing with that random red accessory and random red in your eyes when like that is not your color scheme? Hello?
But yeah, sorry about gushing. I just really enjoy everyone's company, not just, you know, my fellow lore keepers, but all the lore keepers in chat as well. Just really fun, comfy time. So yeah. Okay, I hide now. I hush. I hush.
No, don't.
I'm gonna hide behind this deer and you won't find me.
No hide. Oh my gosh. Thank you for the shield. It's beautiful.
Were there... I'm trying to think of other topics we would want. Or ones that, like, we haven't covered. Like, if there were questions everyone here had, or if there were things we wanted like like, if there were questions...
We have been already... Yeah.
Oh,
because we have already been here for 3 hours. Like, how is everybody feeling?
Yeah. Because I can't, like, I'm not sure. And I don't want anyone who has had questions, maybe they haven't been answered, or if they have lingering thoughts or observations they would like to, you know, bring forth. Like, perhaps we'll have more Dottore questions or
more
owlet.
Dottore things, yeah. Yeah, guys, no, ask me anything. Also, it's just like, yeah, I guess I haven't criticized the Non-Cry Archon quest enough. Like, I don't want to leave you guys with the incorrect impression that I think that this is the best quest ever, because there are so many flaws. It's actually insane. But at the same time, like, I guess we can also just like vibe and chill and not focus on the bad, because like whatever, it's already out. There's no point.
No, you're fine. I think it's completely fair and just to talk about like the idea, like, you, for things that you enjoy, I think you should be critical of.
Oh yeah,
and I think you should
I'm,
be able to have an honest discussion about it and bring up topics you otherwise feel have been pushed to the side or have been handled poorly. So I think
for me at least, like the more I criticize something, the more I care about it.
Yeah.
So like it's genuinely because I care and I want it to be better, and I also care enough to pay attention about it, because there's like there's like other games that I play that I could like not discuss the lore for, because I just like do not care to read it. I just kind of want to know the main gist of the story, and that's good enough for me. But like with like Genshin, for example, it's like I'll criticize every plot point because I want it to be better.
Great, and I think that is, again, completely fair, because it again proves that you care about it. Like, I can understand if someone is just so fiercely hypercritical where it's like, okay, I don't actually think you even like this anymore. You just sound like you hate everything about it. I'm not saying that's you, but I've experienced that with not Genshin. But there's like bad faith criticism.
There's definitely been sections of the Genshin story where that was the case for me, and I have been very disappointed. Non-Cry has been like a very overall enjoyable experience, but definitely not like a flawless one, unfortunately.
Right. Me with Jiren's gameplay.
Oh no, why? It's so cute.
So Leah's,
as I cry into the pillow about him needing a glider when he has wings.
No. Okay. Before we answer some questions, because currently Leah's on BRB, can we genuinely talk about the fact that Jiren flies with a wind glider instead of his wings, like his actual wings, like Genshin? Come on.
On the one hand, it makes sense because he's trying to integrate with people, right? Like he's trying to be a
Mhm.
person essentially, and is like, trying to blend in and like be one of them. So it kind of makes sense that he wouldn't necessarily whip his wings out. But then we also see him in like cutscenes and drawings just using his wings to fly. So like, please, for the love of God, like let us do it.
Like Sara's a Tengu, that would have been interesting to see. And then with Jiren, like again, I understand like blending in with society, like how you know Flynn's does as well. The Archons obviously wearing their
Yeah.
visions and stuff like that, but it just makes
Yeah.
me sad because I'm like, oh, baby could have had
Yeah,
wings.
like they're right. Yeah, like
They're
his
right-
wings are right there. They already modeled them. Let us use them.
Like I really feel because some characters I feel maybe it would seem like they'd be naked without their wind gliders, and Jiren's not obviously that because he's able to like he just has wings. But some characters, it's like okay,
Yeah.
Columbina can just float and levitate. Like her having a wind glider is just whatever. All the Archons they can just teleport
Yeah.
and do whatever. Venti especially doesn't need them, even though
Yeah.
I understand that again they're for the most part pretending to be human. Even though we all can look at Zhongli and be like, you and a wind glider is funny. You teleport all over the place. What do you mean? But like it's just one of those little details
Yeah.
where I'm like, okay, guys. But
It's like unfortunately one of those things that you need to take a step back and like separate gameplay from story.
yeah.
Because there's definitely some things that like don't make sense, but they have to be in the game for the sake of the gameplay and like consistency and stuff.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
completely fine.
It would just be a really nice detail if, for example, in residential areas, Durin was using a glider, but if you were floating in the wilderness, he could use his wings. Like, that would be so peak.
What?
Gliding is not faster, it's infuriating. Fucking Venti.
Just 1 second. Looking at the question.
Hello.
Have.
Yeah.
So welcome back.
I saw a question. I'm back. Thank you.
Welcome
I
back.
saw a question about the about a book I like.
I'm really sad because
Welcome
I
back.
haven't had the chance to read that book. I was going to read it after this stream, but I'm just like, oh.
What if Leah reads it to us right now?
No, it is like a dense historical book with like citations.
Yeah,
and
like
footnotes.
it's really involved and really like in-depth TM, and I'm like, okay, I need to genuinely set aside time, take down notes, and thoroughly comb through this. I didn't want to just like briefly scan it or anything, and I don't do that with the archive, like with the book collections, but I really want to take the time to read that. So if you do want to talk about it, I will just deafen, just let me know, and I'll BRB, but I really want to pick apart because all I've been told is that book is about the Tsaritsa, and I'm like, ah!
That's
in a
it's
lot.
actually a little bit incorrect. But yeah, if you don't want spoilers for the book, then I don't have to talk about it. I could talk about it another time.
I feel bad preventing anyone from talking about something that they're passionate about or really interested in discussing. So I don't want to be that person to hold either of you back. So I can
Sorry, go on.
I was gonna say,
No,
so I
I
can discuss.
don't. Yeah, I don't want to make anyone deafened, so I don't have to talk about it. Well, I will say, just without spoiling anything, it's not about the Tsaritsa, it's more about the Tsar. The Tsaritsa comes in at the end. It's like the Tsar's history from the Archon War, basically. It's interesting. It's like it reads like a nonfiction book, so it's not like
So now I have to once again pull
like bullet
out.
point facts.
I have to bring out the notebook that you specifically got
Start taking
me.
notes.
Yeah, so I can be like, all right.
God.
When I am serious about notes, I use that notebook, and it's pretty lengthy. So yeah. Oh, I dropped off.
Wait, do we also have a matching sword?
The Narthic.
Which one are you using?
I'm using the. I have to use the gold one. because she
Oh, okay.
gold.
Good, 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 good.
She
Good,
gold.
good, good.
Look, it's the babies. They're together. Well, that's the
Yeah.
end of Genshin Impact. There are no lingering plot
Yeah,
holes.
we solved
We've
we
solved
solved it.
everything.
We finished Genshin Impact.
And I'm so sorry, Eve. I know I need to read it. I'm not a true lore gamer. I'm so
It's a very,
behind.
very good book.
I'm so
I can
sad.
gush about it another time.
I'm a fraud. I'm gonna read it immediately after. I'm not closing my game. I'm gonna read it and. Oh my god.
It's one of those books where I feel like it wouldn't really affect your reading of it if you heard about it, to be honest.
Oh.
Because it's not like a storybook or like a fairy tale with like a plot. It's just literally like detailing the history of what happened. Yeah, it's just a bunch of facts with footnotes.
It's a bunch of facts. Facts in my Genshin Impact.
Let's
Let's
dry.
There's like no narration in it at all. It literally has like citations, like numbered footnotes. It's actually crazy. It's really interesting. It's good.
I want to see a reaction to it, Kiryu. Oh my gosh, that means I'm gonna have to stream reading it, and butcher Russian and literally so many languages because I can't pronounce anything correctly at all, and I'm so sorry.
I actually don't think there's a lot of Russian in it. Like I
okay,
tell
Finnish
you,
or Polish?
Sometimes it's simply incorrect and nonsensical anyway because of whatever words
Yeah.
they made up for this game. So
I don't know if you're going to be able to digest it on stream. I'll just give you that forewarning. like I think it's more accurate to react to it after you've digested it a little bit, like actually have reactions and understand what it's telling you.
streaming lore
that kind
is
of
so
book.
distracting.
Yeah. I agree. I mean, at least for me, maybe it's different for you, but like for me, like I'm glad I read it off stream because it is not the kind of book where you're gonna read it and be like, oh, that's cool. You're gonna be like, what, what?
And that's something I feel really bad about, but also I have to remind myself to give myself grace for it, because some things, and even the reason I didn't stream World Quest for a while is because I digest lore better on my own than if I'm streaming it in front of other people. Not necessarily because I dislike it, but just the way that my brain works is when I read things privately, sometimes I can just connect things easier and quicker. Versus if I'm on stream and I'm just like, wait, what just happened? What did I just read? I just got distracted.
Yes.
What was I about to say? And I feel really, really bad for those watching because I generally don't mean to forget so much. I've been having a lot of memory problems recently, so I try to do as well as I can.
Yeah.
Oh no, lore keepers, where are those
No,
who
like,
share
I
the
completely get you.
memories?
Like, stream is so distracting because you're trying to pay attention to the rats in your chat, right? And like respond to the things that they're saying. There's been so many times this is a consistent problem where I will read something or hear something in the game and it's just like in one ear out the other, and a few minutes later I'm like, huh, what? And I have to pull up the like chat log and reread it silently in my head because even reading it out loud I like don't comprehend it sometimes because I'm paying attention to other things.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Like I'll pay attention to how I'm like saying it because I feel like part of the entertainment factor for like reading world quests or like text is like, I mean, you're kind of putting on a performance, right? And so I try to like make it fun to listen to, and then I'm more focused on that than like actually internalizing what's being said.
Exactly.
I've had a couple of moments like this lately when I've been streaming. Like during Eula's World Quest, everyone just wanted to talk about the Traveler Skin lore, and I even streamed reading the Traveler Skin lore. My reaction to it at the time, everyone was freaking out in chat, and I'm like, I didn't understand. I did not internalize a lick of that. And then during Eula's World Quest, people were like, oh, this reminds me of like the theories floating around about like the Traveler Skin Lord. I'm like, I feel so bad. I do not want to talk about it now. I don't want to think about that. I'm very one-track mind about what's going on with the plot in this quest. I'm so sorry, guys. Like,
like whenever I do a quest on stream, I'm like not comprehending it, and a huge dumbass. But then I'll come back later and be like, so anyway, I understand and I have the theory now. But also by the time I stream again, I've like completely forgotten to talk about it. I've ruminated in my brain, and that was enough. I don't need to discuss anymore. So it's back to the same pattern of me doing a quest and like not understanding what I'm reading.
Yeah, and I think it's just a constant. Yeah, happy to know that people feel similar. Because,
Yeah.
like,
Oh my
for
gosh.
instance, like, we, for the most part, talked about the Archon quest and bled into other things as, you know, one does with when it comes to Genshin lore. It's hard to only focus on one thing. But it's why, as much as I would like to speak about Zhongli, I think he deserves, like, a different kind of night, I guess, for my brain to, like, refresh and actually feel like I can try to connect the dots, because I feel like I'm way too all over the place, and I'll assume people understand what I mean, and they don't, because I didn't explain
Mhm.
myself thoroughly enough, and I'm like, oh wait, I'm so
Yeah.
sorry guys, I'm so sorry, I didn't do this properly.
I was like,
Sorry.
oh, I'm thinking about this other thing that I read, but I didn't even mention it. So like, how is anyone supposed to understand? Like, hey guys, did you read the name card description? That is the basis of what I'm talking about, without
Like,
mentioning it at all.
it's like, hey, so for the reason for this theory is actually one of Flint's voice line that I assume you automatically know
Yeah,
I'm
about.
no, of
sorry.
course.
That's
And that's
literally me.
me.
I'm so
You
sorry.
guys don't have friendship 7 and you haven't talked to him in the teapot? What are you doing?
Yeah, like, oh, like,
No,
that's me.
owlet. Do not like. That's literally me. I'm sorry. There's actually some really good dialogue in his teapot lines.
I
Like
literally,
he's the first person whose teapot dialogue I've read in a very long time. I've been too forgetful about it, and I used to like obsessively craft their sets to put them in there and have their special lines and whatever, but I haven't done that in so long, bro. Not since like Inazuma.
I haven't crafted
I hate the
Flint's,
teapot.
like, teapot, because I know he just wants me to build him a dungeon or something, and I just don't want to do that right now. So I thoroughly enjoyed listening to his voice lines, though, and I'm like,
Yep.
oh, you were just made for everyone. Like, you're Yume bait. You're Dolly bait. You're ship bait. You're everything, and I love you very much.
I love how flirty he is. It's so good.
What do you mean? He's just
I
being polite. Smile.
Yeah, he's just
I
polite.
think
No, of course.
he has a lot of relevancy into Snezhnaya as well. I don't know if he's actually going to show up a lot, but I think that as a Snowland Fae, he's like kind of the antithesis for what we might expect from the Snowland Fae in Snezhnaya, given how he talks about them in the teapot.
Yeah. Everyone
Yeah.
who mentions them is like, yeah, they're bitches. And then there's Flynn's.
Yeah, and there's Flynn's, who's like,
And then
look at
there's
him,
Flynn's
look
who's
at him
like,
go.
yeah.
Look at him go.
Master Ilua, I never thought you'd ask me for my hand, Sandrone. It giggles at everything Varka says.
Oh my god.
Flynn's has been let out of containment. And we are all.
Oh my god.
But yeah, like,
What is
I hope.
It's nice to see myself represented like this. It's great.
Oh my goodness. I really enjoy what they've given us with Flynn's, and I am sad that they will not give us more until they're like, let's do a rerun, like, again in the future for people who really like him. So yeah.
Like, they've
I
already
know.
not given us enough because they had
I
Lama and
know.
Nefer get whole sections of the quest for themselves, like as a character quest, but Flynn's got absolutely nothing like that, and it kind of
Okay.
high-key pisses me off.
I really hope that that's intentional. Like, I hope that the reason they're doing that is because it's
Yeah.
gonna have relevancy in Snezhnaya. Because honestly,
Mhm.
like, I think
hope his
he was
character quest is
probably-
later, and that's what it means, because he hasn't
I-
had one yet.
I think he was probably living in mainland Snezhnaya, like directly working under the Tsar. Like that has to be like what was going on with him.
Possibly. Yeah.
Because he traveled from mainland Snezhnaya to come to Noldcry, and there was a different person, like a different Fae that was the governor of Noldcry. It wasn't him. So like I honestly
Like,
think that
that's the only cope that I have for his lack of story quest.
And the thing is, with new regions, like we always get like some story that revolves around the previous Archon as well. And like as like the reason for the current Archon doing what they're doing, like it always ties into the previous Archon.
Yep.
So the Tsaritsa is probably the Tsar's daughter, and there's going to be a lot of drama
Also,
with the Tsar.
like, not only that, but it will not set I just haven't registered that we're just going to be in Shinesnaya 7 months, if that. And that's really
I'm
not
so
that far
excited.
away. Not to mention we're going to get another banger teaser, which is going to sorry, I'm just really excited about. Um I didn't mean to interrupt there because I don't have anything of like substance to add, but I really do want to have even more Fae information and Shinesnaya. Yeah.
I just have so much to say. Like, actually, just so much to say about, like, I don't want to spoil things for those of you who haven't, like, super went over, like, all the Fate lore and world quests and stuff, but. And they don't even talk about things, like, super explicitly. It's just. I'm just obsessed and I've drawn a lot of conclusions. So, I don't know. I've gone over everything so many times. I'm so excited.
Oh, that reminds me actually. Um, with Shinesnaya being this, how do we think a summer event is going to be? Like, how do we think this is going to play out? Because Simulanka was if you didn't play Simulanka, it's '07, but they were just so on the nose and like the story beats for everything in Simulanka for Nadlin. I have to wonder what they're going to do if
Um,
Naya. So
so I can't talk about this without spoiling books.
I see.
Because I think, the themes of like a summer event always reflects the themes we're gonna get
Mm-hmm.
in like the next region. And there's some things that we already know we're gonna get in Giant, like the Harbingers, and the Tsaritsa facing off against the Heavenly Principles. Like we already know that this is going to be like a thing
Right.
that we're leading into, so maybe there will be some like AI versus humanity plot in the summer event, but at the same time I feel like we might also see some things hinting at the Teresa's backstory, which uh, is pieced together currently through like a lot of artifact sets. Like, she was in love with the Third Descender, and uh, yeah, the Tsar did some things, and yeah, and also like the Fae's relationship with humanity in the past and how it is now. Like, we might get things like that in the summer event. And yeah, I'm really, honestly, really excited for what they'll do because all the lore they've set up the dominoes for is super interesting.
That's interesting. And I look forward to reading the text that I have been behind. I think that'll make things all the more exciting. Also, seeing the twins side by side. Yeah. There are other topics. Oh wait, hold on. I don't think we. I think I put them in the lore question chat and then just actually go over them. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I was eyeing this
Yeah,
one.
you have pasted a few things, yeah.
So, what do you think the end game is for Alice? It doesn't seem like she'll be playable in the Luna series based on silhouettes. So, I do think Alice is definitely an end game character. We know how she is the elder of the Hexen Circle, very powerful, mother of Klee, etc., etc. But I agree. I do not believe she'll be a playable character in Luna. I think they just want to tease her for right now. But she's very unpredictable, being not only the character that she is, but I feel in the way that they wish to present her. And the reason for this is like in my mind, you have the shades involved and now the Hexen Circle involved, and they were not like, especially for the Hexen Circle, were not involved until Durin's like creation. So for creation, quote unquote, I should say more revival, but like it's
rebirth-ish.
Yeah, rebirth, I would say. So I think Alice, I feel she's going to, where we have Nicole as the guide. I don't really have a definitive reason. I say reason. I think Alice, because I'm removing what she's doing currently in non-cry, because I still believe there is more to the quote unquote plan that she had with Albedo. that they teased in the Nod Cry teaser for Nod Cry, like what she was working with Albedo, um, which could be in reference to Dotore, but I'm not exactly sure with where they want to go with her. But she'll maybe just be like around. Like I'm not exactly sure what they want to do with her. Miss incredibly powerful, definitely doesn't look similar to a Shade woman. So yeah, we'll see.
I think Alice is like the leader of the Hexen Circle. She's like the center,
Yeah, she is.
the heart piece of it, you know? And so I think the Hexen Circle has themes of like using magic to accomplish the impossible and banding together and to do that, and themes of like freedom and rebellion and things like that. And so, and I have to wonder, because Ryan is also a Hexen Circle member, if they're currently working together or if they're kind of at odds. I think they have to be working together, but I've heard some people say the opposite. But it makes me wonder, like, because everything that's happening in Node seems like a subplot for Alice, and we obviously know she's like super old and is capable of some crazy magic. And she kind of resembles Asmodee visually.
Mm-hmm.
And
Absolutely.
and the shades in general. So I'm wondering if she could be like an Asmodee, like Deadly Self. Or like maybe just like another version of Asmodee, like I don't know, or working for Asmodee or something like that. Daughter of Asmodee. There's a lot of interesting possibilities with her. Maybe she's even like the Alicia character mentioned in the
Unfortunately,
Byakuya Koku
yeah.
collection. No, I'm not saying like Honkai Impact 3rd Alicia. I'm talking about
Oh, okay, because she is also
yeah.
a reference to that, unfortunately.
I
So
don't know
that's
if she's a reference. She would have been developed at the same time as Alicia from Honkai Impact 3rd, actually.
no, because
So
she
I'm
is.
not
The way she
sure.
introduces herself is the exact animation that the first Elysia skin has when she finishes a battle.
Yeah, they were developed at the same time, though, as characters. So I'm not sure who'd be referencing who, if that makes sense. Because Elysian Realm was released pretty recently, actually, in comparison. If I remember.
It was like ages. It was a number of years ago. Because I gave that game a very fair chance and played through the entire Elysian Realm and whatever else of the story was out, but that was like a number of years ago.
Yeah, but that was
3
probably
or
around the
4.
time of Genshin's development, and Alice has been like
After Genshin came out. After Genshin came out. But yeah, like maybe they were developed at the same time, but yeah, it's just an unfortunate reference.
I know some people in my community that are really into the lore of Honkai Impact 3rd have been talking about this a lot and have very hot opinions on whether she's a reference or not. So I would defer to them. But yeah, she could be the Alice mentioned in the Byakuya Koku collection. There's like an Alice character.
It is.
And maybe she's like an angel from that region.
Eris, goddess of discord. But like because I'm not very familiar with Honkai lore, I don't want to I can't truly comment on that, and I also don't want to so I can't really gauge there, or I can't really comment further on that. But I do feel like if there were a connection, they would be there. So yeah, Eris with the Golden Apple Archipelago and stuff like that. So I do think that it'll be interesting to see. Alice is just again, because it's so up in the air, I feel, with her. I'm just gonna hold my breath and
They said that she said herself that she's the final boss of Node Cry, so whatever the hell that means, it's gonna be interesting. Like, is she the final boss of Node Cry's enemies? Like, or is she our
Oh,
Like, what is she talking about?
She might test us in some way, I guess.
I assumed when she said she was a final boss, she meant to like, oh, I'm the final boss in the sense of how Dainsleif is like, command me to step aside, prove me you're worthy, like more worthy than I to like, like I assumed like that kind of final boss thing. So like, I'm not sure, but I don't hold it past her.
And the other thing is that she's the sustainer of the world's borders, and she was the one that personally welcomed Skirk to the world, and she seems to have some like immunity to the Irminsul, considering, or like Irminsul erasures, considering that she was the one that narrated Wanderer's collected miscellany. And so I just have thoughts about, like, if we go to like a Genshin 2, if the plot is going to be becoming like protecting what we have in Teyvat from like maybe like an alien invasion, like the next threat that comes to Teyvat, like once we go through this world thoroughly and connect everything and get everyone on the same page, if they're gonna be up against like another external threat, if she would be like a main character regarding that, because as the sustainer of the world's borders, like that feels like that would be her role, right?
Mm-hmm. No, I agree. Yeah.
Maybe whatever that force is with Skark's planet that wiped them out. Maybe see more of that.
I need Skirk back. I missed my.
Oh, I'm sorry. I spoke the word.
I missed my wife. But did we want to add anything onto that with the question about Skirk? Oh my god, Alice! See, Skirk is on the mind. Oh my gosh.
Not Skirk.
Endgame for Skirk. She'll come back when they want her to come back. But yeah. Okay, well, if we didn't...
When they want to make her suffer more or something.
So another question that we had was playable Mr. 9 when? What's wrong? Because I don't have anything to say about playable Mr. 9.
I wish I could just be a Seelie.
I think just like
it's not gonna...
Wait, Allie, go on.
Sorry, I just like not... I don't see it happening, I guess.
Yeah, I don't really see it happening. It's definitely possible.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like it's hard because the Seelies, like the little Seelie wisps we see, are fragments of greater angels that had their forms like decompose. And so like, I mean, it's not to say that they can't go on and become their own being, because that's like a theme within Teyvat. Like a fragment of something lives its own life and creates its own memories and becomes its own person. So like, it's possible for Mr. 9 to possibly become her own person. All the Seelies are. Wait, all the Seelies. Sorry, I had a thought for a second. Seelies are interesting. Okay, sorry.
Seelies are interesting and Fae are
I know there's like.
And we'll talk about them. But yeah.
No. Wait, let me finish my thought. I'm sorry. I kind of like sidetracked. I realized that I was gonna say that all Seelies are girls, but then that plays into all angels being girls, and I remembered our debate from earlier, so I got super sidetracked for a second. I'm sorry.
It's possible that they might not be.
I wouldn't even say like it's
but
a
Mr.
debate.
9.
Go ahead. Sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh no, you can go on.
I was gonna say it wasn't merely it wasn't a debate. I didn't want to present it as though I was like disagreeing. I just personally wasn't sure because I was being presented different information from what I was reading from azurelight versus like the questions that it was just asking. So again, I don't completely know. Thus that we've been told so far that they're all female. So again, I'm not trying to like go against the lore. I just was confused myself. Wanted to make that distinction.
Oh no, because I agree with what you were saying about azurelight. Like I linked it earlier because I remember someone pointing out that Seelies could also be male to me, and I agreed with that wording. So I'm not saying that you were posing as a debate. It's just like currently a debate that people are having. That's what I meant when I said that.
Oh, okay.
It is like a debate right now if Seelies can only be girls or not. But Mr. 9 is definitely only adapting the Mr. title.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just a pen
In this
name,
case,
right?
like,
Yeah.
yeah, Mr. Nine is like actually like she her. Pretty sure.
Mr. Nine
But
Worlds.
I think it is possible for like a Sealy that is like going through like learning language and things to become their own person and potentially playable if they wanted to go in that direction. Like the domino is set up for them to knock it down if they want to. Because that's been the case for like a lot of non-human characters that were like formless, voiceless descendants of the angels. They like gained memories somehow and became their own person again. Like the Spring Fairy and Heart of Clear Springs and stuff like that. So I think it just depends on what they want to do with Mr. Nine's story. Because right
I
now
feel like
Nicole
there's
is the one
just
taking the
more.
stories.
Yeah, I feel like there's just like more important characters, or like more sorry, like important is the wrong word, but like maybe there's just like other things for them to deal with and to make playable rather than Mr. Nine. That would be, I guess, like pretty random. But at the same time, I'm also like a Shincho's brother waiter, so
Oh my goodness.
I could see Mr. Nine as like a 4-star, to be honest.
maybe
If they just don't have any ideas.
yeah, she'll just be released at the end of like a version series as like one of those random 4 stars like Heizo or like Kirara that would just come out.
Poor Hazel.
Oh,
I
Hazel
love
catching
Heizo. He's one of my
strays.
faves, but also like just one of
I
those
know what you
like
mean, though.
kind of afterthought characters just for the sake of releasing something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I could see.
Yeah. As much as I love them, but they've also done that with like 5 stars too, like Emily and Chiori.
I personally don't.
Yeah, I wish that. Go on.
I was gonna say I highly doubt that they'd make Mr. Nine playable, but anything is possible. The only thing I can really say.
I just wish that Ilaga was a 5-star.
I know
That's all
nothing
I
about.
was going to say.
No, you're fine. I mean, I personally want Layla to be a 5-star, but that's not the case. And I feel like, because I really enjoy Ilula's story, I'm not the most gamer. I know absolutely like everything in regard to certain characters I really, really like because my memory is bad. But some characters I feel like, oh, someone desperately on the team wanted you to be a 5-star and you were destined to be a 4-star. I'm so sad. Oh. But
Yeah.
but Ilua had a fantastic
When's
world quest, so
when are they gonna do hangouts again?
never.
I say as I haven't done any hangout except Barbara's, but like, where are the hangouts?
Give me. I think they're just going to make them as like the region's meeting point
Anecdotes.
Yeah, the anecdotes or the meeting
That
point
would be
chronicles.
nice, actually. I would honestly like maybe prefer that even over hangouts, just to give them like very specific story and lore relevancy. But then also I do wish that means that those particular story quests would be voiced at least. But I guess like this one isn't, and I wish it was. That would be very nice.
That is true.
Like it's not, right? I haven't started it.
That is true. Anecdotes are voiced.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
the little baby. They're so cute. Little Kuzaki.
The food. That's his food. This is his dinner.
Yeah.
Albedo, him, Shao, and I'm blanking on another one.
Yeah.
That all eat interesting things throughout the world.
Yep.
You guys gotta do the world quest that talks about these guys, because it's crazy.
Honestly, like Ilua's I think is the least weird, because these are just kind of like
Just Columbina's
They're just
energy.
veggies, I guess.
I mean, he's
Owlet,
literally
have
just
you
like-
done?
he's literally drinking Columbina's Kubaki, and
Oh
he's
my
just
God,
able
Owlet, have you
to.
done the
phrase it
world
like
quest?
that. I haven't done the world quest, but I'm aware of
Okay.
his cooking in the wilderness.
Yeah, but
Ignore.
like, there's a world quest that talks about the origin of these guys, and I'm just gonna leave it at that. Those who know know. If you know, you know.
He's able to easily sustain such power. Him love that.
He'll just cook it up for you.
But yeah. Were there any lingering
cooking.
questions or comments or observations? I feel really bad. I feel like I've been rambling
I feel like
and
the
not
things
helping.
No, don't feel it that way. I just happen to be like super caught up on everything because I've had a lot of free time. So I'm sorry if I'm like talking over people and like and talking just yapping too much, but I'm just very excited to talk about things. I think the things I might want to talk about might be spoilers.
Yeah. I think this week I might be able to stream and like catch up on the Lantern Rite and like world quests. That is my plan. But yeah, unfortunate side effect of streaming world quests is that unless I have the time to do it, I just kind of sit there not doing them for months at a time sometimes. So boo everything for my rats.
It is like that. Unfortunately, I definitely did not have the kind of time last semester. I feel like I was dying with how swamped I was, so I am happy to have a moment to breathe.
Mm-hmm.
I am.
Are you a doctor yet?
No.
Oh, I'm gonna call you
Not
doctor.
at all.
Doctor.
Yo, why you shooting at me?
My Dottore. I'm.
Yeah, can you dress up as
Dottore
Dottore and then I'll call you doctor?
No,
Oh
we're
my
not
God, this
doing
sounds-
that at all. I, in fact, will be changing the subject very quickly. So, ignoring.
Cosplay is fun.
Oh my gosh. No, but I think for me right now, like, I'm having so much fun with Noctry, and I really like the free they're giving us, but now I'm all the more curious as to what we're gonna get in Luna 5. Because the live stream should be in, like, the next week, maybe? Or the week after? I'm so bad with the exact times, because I have to wonder...
It's next week?
I have to wonder where we're gonna go from here. It's not over. But...
Here, come here.
Yeah.
Oh. It's this week?
I will give you a sneak peek.
Because also, can we talk about how there's an area you totally don't go to as Varka? At all?
Hey, come, teleport here. Teleport to me. Let's go on a journey.
I also want more...
This better not trigger the quest for me. I will end myself.
I don't think it can in my world. I think you should be good.
It's possible. I've had, I don't... Yeah, no, because on my end, they're standing right there. Because I haven't done this quest, because I was saving that for stream. But I have had hangouts trigger in other people's worlds. Like, while I was there. And that is so tilting.
Oh, I want more...
This is what we're getting next batch.
Eats him up. Do you guys have the achievements for him?
I have no idea what this even is.
Oh.
I don't think I've fought him in co-op, actually.
It's one of the, local legends, I guess? Where you can get, if you complete 3 particular ways of beating it, essentially, like, you'll get those, points to... Oh my.
Oh, I
to go towards your avatar frame. Oh, you're so strong. I am Geo Traveler. I'm coming to help you. Don't worry.
Yeah, I'm just, I'm just,
yes.
Dendro Traveler. I don't know what's happening.
Have any,
So
Yeah, you need.
anyone have any Electro? Anyone have a Sucrose? Pyro, Shred?
Pyro and
Oh, I'm
Pyro
dead.
and Animal for this one. Yeah. Oh no.
Wait, where's this Dendro? It's eating my reactions? Oh, I'm dead. Goodbye, Flynn.
Oh, well, you know.
Wait, wait, Columbina saved
there he
me.
is. Oh, get out of here. Get out of here.
Me!
He summoned his friend.
I don't know what's happening.
It's so Jover for us.
It's Jover.
It's very Jover. What is he gonna do? Is he gonna explode and kill us? Like what?
The way that the Traveler is not helping.
The amount of damage you do is pretty crazy. So.
Yeah, had I known you wanted to fight him, I would have swapped to like a character that could help you. I'm sorry.
You can reset if you want, unless you think we can do it. I think I'm dead.
I'm impressed by the amount of damage that you've actually done to him, though. Like that's crazy.
Well, I mean, I know like my teams can probably kill it, but like I'm just jumping around being silly.
Oh my gosh.
Does someone have enough and does someone want to bring Columbina?
I have a.
I've got both. Which one would you like?
I have a C1.
Well, for this though, like.
I have a C1 Columbina, a C2 Flynn's, and I have a C0 Ineffa.
Oh god,
which one do you prefer?
This boss, if you do want to beat up this boss, it does want you to like the only way to bring down the friend is with like Animal Swirl.
Yeah, no, like... I think either Kiryu or my Flynn's can one shot it though.
Right. Well, it's just like I don't remember exactly what the achievements are, but it might have something to do with that, and it's a once a day type thing. But up to you guys.
Oh, is there an achievement that requires animal? I mean, I have sucrose.
I don't remember them. But we'll see.
I think
because if we don't have Pyro, it might not be that right. But yeah.
You'll need C2 Ineffa.
I do not. Ineffa. I also have Columbia.
I'm not sure what. I will just.
Yeah. I can bring either one.
I think we just need Bina.
To me.
I will bring my.
Yeah, because you have C1 Bina. You might as well bring that, I guess. Yeah.
I've lost the moon. Oh,
I can't shield you, of course, since I'm just 0. But heal me. Okay.
I need this wolf out of the way so we can stare at the sword.
Oh my gosh.
I have no idea. But I tried to. Okay, there's like a wolfy thing. And I'm just standing. But, yeah. I also don't have that much... Oh, wait.
Just one-shot it, then you won't need healing, right?
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Love the networking play.
Columbina's animations are so pretty. I don't know what's happening. This is how I play the game. I don't know what's happening, but I will help where I can.
I love characters that you just like press their E and then they just do damage and you can just stand there. Very Layla.
Guy needs to get off of me, please. Holy shit.
The way that there's like no sound. And I'm just like, hey,
my game is muted, so it's a little.
Oh, I died.
So close,
dear.
so close.
Oh no.
You guys got this.
With physical, yes.
Yay! I got item.
Alright, Kiryu, what does this remind you of?
Oh my gosh! High Wolves Greystone. No.
Actually, though.
So. Hold on.
Oh. Oh, wow, the lighting changed so dramatically.
Everything broke. So this reminds me of different things, oh, like world quests, I guess, because like I can't definitively say, because again, I'm just like, here's one. So I imagine there's another. There's this, and then there's the one, the Varka sword, where you don't go to at all as him. I say Varka sword, but the other Boreas location.
Like the one on top of the mountain?
Yeah, that you definitely don't go there as Varka. So there's that one. There's Boreas. Yeah. So at the same time, there's not. No, is it Rostam? Let's say Night. Up to. I'm blanking. Remember, like.
This just looks like a fab greatsword to me.
It just, there's a Bloodstained Knight
The
that you
shapes.
learn about because you definitely don't have a world quest that involve wolves. And
Oh yeah, what the hell is
the
the name?
amount
It
of
started
blood.
with an R, I think, right?
Yeah, I was like,
I keep
Rostam?
forgetting
I was
his
like, is
name.
it Rostam?
Roland.
No, it's not Rostam.
Roland.
I couldn't remember.
Roland, yeah.
Okay, let's roll.
Names are so hard.
I'm sorry that there are names and I couldn't remember.
No, it's okay.
I'm
It's like
sorry.
super like ancient Mondstadt lore. We haven't really talked about the
Mhm.
aristocracy Mondstadt lore in a hot minute, but
It was
we're
like
gonna
Yeah,
get
they
some
mention
Bloodstained
it
Night
in
lore.
some papers as you follow the wolves around and stuff, but that might not be something that you've done. Honestly, like it's been so long that even I was like, "Who is this guy?" and I had
Well,
to be reminded.
it was an
was.
RO name and I couldn't. I'm like, I don't think
Yeah.
it's Rostam, but it's RO.
Well,
No, I get
Rostam
you.
knew
Like, for me,
Roland.
But I'm
I'm
also
very
See?
bad with names, so if I only remember the first letter, everything past that is kind of up in the air for me.
But I was like, Bloodstained Knight? And I was like, I don't remember. I'm bad. I'm sorry.
So Rostam, Roland, and Arundolin all knew each other. Arundolin had the same combat style as Varka. We're gonna get some really interesting Mondstadt lore, except in Nordcry as well next patch. I think that's what it's gonna focus on. So I'm very excited because we've known about the Bloodstained Knight and like all of this lore since like 1.x. Like this is literally 1.x lore that I
Ancient
honestly
history.
forgot a lot of. Yeah, it's ancient history. I forgot about it.
Like, I feel so bad.
So I'm very excited. I think this is going to be the highlight of next patch, and then also of course the other sword. The other sword that talks about the Bloodstained Knight.
It turns out, if you just have a team of Columbina, Inefa, Flins, and Sucrose, you can defeat the enemy here. Whee! Quote unquote enemy.
This is Flint's Premium.
Yes.
This is indeed Flint's
Yeah.
Premium.
Yeah.
Whee! But yeah, Nodcry really delivering on Hidden 1.0 lore, because it's just been a very long time since I looked at most of that lore. In addition to reading the new archive book collection about the star, I will need to revisit Mondstadt lore, Moon City lore, the land of the moon.
Mondstadt.
So yeah,
I love
Nice
Mondstadt.
It's nice
Oh.
to hear about home again. It's been too long.
Mondstadt really. But I did want to ask if there
Always.
were any lingering questions, just because it was getting a bit, and I didn't want to miss anything.
It is.
But obviously, if you guys want to, I didn't want to before asking about any lingering questions. If anyone had any comments, questions, concerns, etc.
Oh no, I was just answering your question earlier about what to expect from next patch, because this is my answer. And M. Svartner. This is my answer.
Yes.
I'm not gonna get it in Mondstadt. I'm not gonna get it here, but I still want to know why Dainsleif was able to close and hold open a moon gate to the reflection. I need him to answer that
True.
because he left after.
Do you think he has the brain cells to remember?
He does because of the ring that his brother gave him that keeps them together. So he better, or I will force him to remember. I must have my lore.
All his excuses of I don't remember things, I'm old.
Yeah, he's like, oh, erosion, oh, and it's like, anyway, tell me.
Oh, I'm
tell
so
me.
ancient. Don't ask me questions.
Ooh, a lantern. But yeah. I'm excited for next patch. I'm excited for more lore, and I'm gonna use this week to catch up.
Yes, I'm excited to catch up, and then also the next patch. I guess I'll pull Varka.
I'm pulling Varka.
No, I was planning to. It's just like I'm a little like I'll pull him, of course, because that's our grandmaster, but I'm also a little bit disappointed with his lack of anything in the Archon quest so far. He just kind of exists and is
Don't even get me started.
But...
I think
Yeah.
there were good reasons for it, but then last patch was like, come on, really?
Yeah. Like I know he's very much like a last. He's supposed to be so powerful. He's like a last resort kind of character, but it's just like, come on, guys, does this not look like end game to you? Maybe he should do something now.
I just want to say I really thought that the conversation he had with Nicole was very. I appreciate.
No, it was nice. Like, I enjoy him. He's funny. He's unk. He's washed, but like.
He's
also...
unk and washed. Oh my gosh.
He is.
Varka is not. Well, I mean, I can't. That's not my man's. I can't really say on that, but like, you know, Varka stands.
Like I say that affectionately. I am also unk and washed, so I can't like fully criticize him. You know what I mean? But also,
you guys are just wait until next patch. Like I'm just gonna say this right now.
He's gonna
wait.
pop off next patch. He's gonna wake up.
I didn't even say anything negative. I just said that's not my. I don't go there. I'm not one of the Varka girlies. Like I'm not. You know, I just mind my business. So...
Yeah, no, he's definitely.
I wasn't either.
I don't even know why I'm like trying to defend him, but
I literally did not care about Flynn's or Varka, and then all of a sudden they're related to Faye, and now I can't shut up about them. Like honestly, Varka, how dare you?
Varka, whose name is Wolf.
Your Columbina animation on my screen is so broken.
His name in volcanic languages can also mean illusion.
Well, it's good that that means illusion because he absolutely will not be there on my account, and I will just be delusional, thinking, "Yeah, here's Varka. He's right here."
Oh my gosh.
Yep, the illusion that is Varka on my account.
I'll bring him to your world. It's fine.
No, I don't listen. They're really gonna have to do more.
I'll tell you really bad dad jokes.
I will block you from my world.
That's crazy.
Unk maxing Varka cannot be in my world.
Unk maxing.
Because
oh no.
Varka is the Grandmaster is finally in the game, so part of me feels so like I would like to have him, but also Nicole. And I love Nicole.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Hey, Kiryu, question, what are you gonna do with Nicole if she's a support though for Varka?
What do you mean?
Supports are versatile.
She can be in different things. Yeah, she'll support me.
I feel like some of like I don't know. There's like an HSS. I cannot speak. HSRification of Genshin Impact with units.
Yeah,
I swear they're making them like more and more
premium
niche
characters. Like.
I'm sorry, I cannot speak.
But also, like the supports tend to be a little bit more versatile than the DPS. It's usually the DPS that is highly dependent on the support. But then also, like Nicole, I don't know, might not even be his support because they've definitely had like characters that are connected to each other release, and then they have no gameplay relation. Like I'm pretty salty that Ilua is like unplayable with Flynn's.
I'm sad. I'm so sad, actually.
Yeah, it's genuinely upsetting.
Because I'm gonna have a team that is just an angel team or my angel team, and like Nicole has to be on my angel, and like I'm still debating about to just stay strong. But like maybe
on a rerun, you know,
because like. Lunar crystallize. Like, okay, I'm not gonna get like too in the weeds, but we'll see. Varka, they're gonna have to really convince me for like Varka, because I've been very firm about no, I will not be tempted by that. But then I say
Like,
this, and that's exactly I've said in the past. Oh, I'm not gonna be tempted by the X, Y, and Z, and then they're on my account. Like I wasn't gonna pull for Llama.
that's fair.
I wasn't gonna pull for Llama. I wasn't gonna get a Scofier. I wasn't gonna get an Effa. I actually wasn't really that interested in Malika, or Shilonen, or Kanich. So like, yeah.
Oh my god, that's a long list.
So
there's like a couple that I can name that I'm like, I didn't want them. Like, I guess Escoffier is first on the list. I just desperately needed Aoife, but he didn't come until after I got 2 5-stars. So that was awesome.
But we'll see.
But,
we'll
yeah.
definitely see. And
but yeah, don't fold. Pull only who you're interested in. I pulled Mawika for meta, even though I don't care about her. And honestly, like I try not to use her. She's not fun to me. It's just not fun. And because I don't care about her, she's not actually that well built. So even though I pulled her for meta, she's not even that useful. She's not invested. Like, why did I waste my pulls like this?
We'll see. Typically for Kanich, I got really lucky. I don't want to distract too much. It is late,
I don't know, it's fine.
and I need to head out because I like. I have a lot I need to review, and it's 11 p.m. EST.
Getting pretty late. It's high key League of Legends time. You're so right.
What?
Oh my gosh!
What? I didn't realize it was League of Legends time.
It's League of Legends o'clock. Oh my god. I'm sorry, looking at some of the comments. Nobody wants Ayato on their account. No, you're right. I have Ayato on my account, unfortunately. I was coping super hard back then. It was back when like the male characters had not been poorly written yet, so I was like, okay, Ayato's gonna come out and he's gonna be well written, right? Because he's a man and they do right by them. And I had already pre-farmed his materials, and then he came out and he was so disappointing in every single way. But I pulled anyway because I had his materials. And now he just sits there, I guess.
I think Ayato was the first character I left at level 1. It's the character that started the
I took everybody to like 70. That was my thing for a while because I wanted the free wish. I don't even remember what the hell is he at.
So
he's definitely
the only characters I have at level 1
built him up more.
Are Sethos and Ororon, and Pop-Tart is level 2. Oh
my god.
So unfortunate.
Artalia Puce.
Like, it makes me so sad. If I could retract that, I would.
Oh my god. Yeah, no, there's definitely a few characters where I'm like, if there was a feature to just trade in your wishes and your mats or something, I would definitely use it. Like, if you guys could just give me back my wishes.
Retroact, give me back my Primo gems, and this character is yours.
Yeah,
in fact, you can take everything, including the artifacts. I don't even mind. But yeah.
All the resin I spent building them.
But I think I'm going to head off here personally. I don't want to take from you guys having a longer discussion, but I am going to head out, and I want to thank everyone for letting me ramble for a bit. Even if I didn't really contribute too much, I love talking to you guys about things, even though my brain doesn't always formulate the best theories and such. But I want to thank you all for letting me be a part of the Lore Keepers discussion and being able to talk to everyone again. I'm gonna head out for the night, and I'll talk to you guys
for hanging out.
Yeah, it was really fun. I think we're all probably gonna head out, so maybe we could say goodbye to Kat.
It has been a number of hours. Yep.
Yeah, it's always fun talking with you guys. I'm sorry if I'm like a little too excited to say talk about things you haven't gotten to yet. I know.
No, that's our fault. Yeah.
I mean, no, it's just life getting in the way, you know. Like it's not
Yeah.
anyone's fault or anything.
Yeah.
People get busy, but
Mhm.
yeah, it was really fun. I hope chat had fun too, and yeah.
Um, but I hope everyone has a good night, and thank you all again so much for talking with us about lore. So I'll talk to you
Mhm.
guys all later. Bye.
Take care, you.
Bye.